And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're reigning, you're defending, your two-time back-to-back champions. Welcome to East Rugby Union, the Bayside Ravens. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sunbowl 37, coin toss to come. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream broadcast of Sunbowl 37. The coin toss is about to get underway here, and we've got a rematch of Sunbowl 35, 2019 Sunbowl, which came down to a missed field goal to give the Bayside Ravens their first ever title, a 44-43 heart-stopping win back in 2019 at Redcliffe. Here they are again at East Rugby Union here in Norman Park, the inner eastern suburbs of Brisbane, where these two combatants meet again to try and settle the score here in 2021 here in the men's division. I'm Kenny Andres, here to talk you through the fourth and final game here on Sunbowl Saturday, and I'm joined by Gridiron Queensland, Gridiron Australia royalty here in John Hollywood Road. Welcome back to the booth.
Super, Kenny. Good afternoon. How are you today? What a great feel, a great atmosphere. Hello, viewers around the world, from the millions watching around Australia and the many watching around the world. Welcome to Sunbowl. This is by far the most exciting day on the Gridiron calendar I've remembered for a long time. And I'm not going to say the C word, the C-19. This is going to be a great game here. Kenny, I'll throw it to you.
Here we are with the coin toss. I'm hoping our officials remember to turn on their PA microphone. They've already failed the first test. The coin toss is supposed to be vocal, but we'll get there. In any case, there you see your captains, some of the key guys here. Quarterback Jared Stegman and Cheyenne James on the other side, both former teammates, now enemies for the last 4 seasons past. Ryan Glasson, Jared Toshak there in jersey number 11, possibly answering the question in everyone's mind is, who's starting a quarterback today for the Brisbane Rhinos? As it appears, it looks like Jared Toshak is back to start.
That will be interesting, Kenny, taking the job there. This will be a top matchup here today. I mean, the field's looking fantastic. Both teams are ready to go. And what about this crowd, Kenny? Sensational. This is a great experience, great field. Literally, people are on the sideline. It's great stuff.
It's really packed in here. It is. The question was, will Mitch Bradford make another miraculous turn? He has been listed out. I was told he was inactive. What I was told, expected to be kitted up, and from there it's his decision. So we'll see how the game goes.
Sunbowl fun and games, Kenny.
Quite possibly. Otherwise, it's relatively smooth sailing here for the defending champs. The only question mark coming into this, Jack Capewell made the huge play at the back end of Sunbowl 36 last year, the forced fumble and recovery. He had until warm-ups to prove himself. I'm looking over the sideline. I see Lucas Tumuana ready to step up and take over if that need be. In this case, it is the Rhinos starting with the ball. Donned in red, a uniform they have not lost in 2021.
Is that right?
Running right to left. Of course, the Bayside Ravens, black, purple, and white. Sammy James, this is your 2001 Men's Division Sunbowl.
He's bringing it out.
Cheyenne James on the return, shakes, tries to misstep a defender, but only gets back to the 15 here, so it'll be a long field for the Brisbane Rhinos to try and score in that open possession. Jared Toshak in his third start to try and lead his team to Gridiron glory.
Interesting decision to bring it out there, Kenny. It was right on. It was a great kick right on the goal line there. Decided to bring it out. Field position, that looks about 13, 14 yard line. Full crew tonight, magnificent ground. Field markings are plenty. This is what Gridiron is meant to be. Both teams looking fantastic, and we're going to go with the first play.
First down here, Toshak won't be waiting for his first touch of the football. A handoff here, and I thought for a second he might have kept it. Let's cast our mind back to week 9, Hollywood, where it was Jared Toshak very early in the first quarter on a QB keeper speed option. In fact, faked the pitch, ran 80 yards there to score on the defending champs.
That's right, Ken. It'd be very. This is mind games. I mean, the Ravens really, with their mental aspect, they have to be in it. The Rhinos, I think they're just having a look. What are we going to see? Are we seeing anything different?
Yeah. Let me paint a picture here for you. As much as I like the balance of both the teams, second down and 10, I'll hold my narrative for after this. Toshak with Riley Wood flanked to his left. Will pass protect. No, delay. Wood's found space. Wood tries to juke a defender and Ben Stokes. The legs tackle made there from the doctor, but it'll still be about a 7, maybe even an 8 yard gain by run's end.
Interesting defensive lineman there, Kenny. I looked at it, it's basically 6 in the box, 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, double A gaps uncovered. So that's why that run up the middle worked really, really well.
And check that, it's a first down, a run on that draw play. Passing back to what I said. Look, these are the top 2 teams in the league, but I'd be foolish not to paint this as a David versus Goliath matchup. Their last 2 matchups here, the Bayside Ravens have outscored the Rhinos 93 points to 39, including a week 9 victory, 42 points over 19, 50 burger back in week 3 at the home of the Bayside Ravens. Another handoff here, and Jack Capewell is on the field. There he was chasing Wood on that last run. Wood started off his day nicely.
I think it's a nice little bit of cat and mouse here, Kenny. Basically, we've seen 3 from the Ravens. We've seen 3 defensive alignments in the fronts there. They went back to almost gaps protection and with 2 linebackers and a single high safety. So there was more people in the box, and they still were able to run it that well.
And usually when you do that, it's some sort of power or trap or something involved in moving linemen.
Not a solo back, not a single back.
Second down. 2 yards to go. A chance maybe to take a shot here if they trust Toshak. He did throw 3 picks back in week 9 against the Ravens. Second down. Wood trying to find space again. Bounces to the outside. This time quickly caught up to by a murder of Ravens.
Interestingly, the Rhinos just going with a nice little inside run game, single zone read type of thing. You'll have a look. Ravens here went with the 2 high safeties. They were maybe expecting pass. Third and about 2.5, 3. Interesting, as a little cat and mouse, I said, Ravens are sort of really mixing it up on defense. Just probably got, as offenses maybe script the first 15, maybe the defense is scripting the first 15.
Quite possibly. Pete Brewer has probably had I wouldn't call it a stale, but definitely likes his defense and has created it in a way that he likes it. It can be very hard to add wrinkles at times when you created a defense that really forms to what you've liked over the last few years. Third down and short. No gain on the last run. Dogs here at East Rugby Union now. A pass intended for Taylor. Now I'll say it, Taylor probably had a bit of space there. The throw needed to be on target.
Yeah, Lachlan Taylor, I think that was the intended target. Lachlan Taylor stopped the route and the QB threw it to the route. Looked like they were just going with a simple zone read with slant.
Down here. So what are you saying? Is that a 50-50 fault on that last play?
This term, the 50-50 ball. Yeah, somebody basically just, the receiver went to the first down marker and stopped, and I think the QB was expecting him to still run.
Well, fourth down here, they've sent out Fenwick. 2 of the best punters in the...
Bones and Clark back to return.
This is dangerous. They choose one of them, and it's a friendly... Well, Raven bounce, but I'll argue that probably favours the Rhinos. Chris Clark looked like he was feeling dangerous.
That is my typical sandwich shot there with some nice backspin. You're right there. I mean, Clark and Bones back to return. I could feel it still here at the park. Kicking obviously into the wind, I felt there. So not favouring the Rhinos at the moment.
Being the special teams maven as you are, you might appreciate this. Back in week 3, Sam Harkness unleashed a U-punt and called it the Hucker punt, because apparently some JUCO teams who he's been in conference with are now using it. Turns out no one in American football has ever really heard of a floater before.
Ah, okay.
And because once the ball goes up, if you call a fair catch, you have to catch it.
Yep.
So it really has favoured him. They really used it in week 3, haven't used it since. I would love to see him use it again if the situation calls for it. A pass here on the Ravens' first play from scrimmage. Of course, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Warwick Russell.
Nice pass there, simple, just the hitch route. Basically, what I love about Stegman here is you can analyse it, and basically what he's doing is just really simple stuff. Looks to the side of the field, who's covered, are the receivers covered, who's one-on-one, where is the safety, and he's just going to throw to space. I mean, it's so simple, it's brilliant. This is what I look forward to.
Yeah, well, I dare say it, there was no Gridiron Queensland awards this year, but I will say it, that's probably unfortunate for Jared Stegman. Would easily have my vote if I had one for season 21 MVP. Farah now, the replacement for Darius Holiday-Miller. Of course, for those who might be only watching for the first time this year, mid-season retirement from starting running back, long-time head coach, and a running stalwart, Darius Holiday-Miller, left a huge vacancy at running back, has since been filled with the combined efforts of Chris Farrar, linebacker turned running back, and Tyler Fleming. Farah is apparently the correction of the name. I've been got correction here, live corrections on Farah's last name, not Farah.
Who invited Townsville? Great to see we've got some teams from far North Queensland here watching today.
Yep, nice for the zoo to let him out.
I thought the borders weren't open.
Release. First down and 10. Ravens on the move thanks to a Farah run. A pass here floats a little bit, too much for Lachlan Amore, the rookie wide receiver, unable to bring it in, and that brings me to another point I feel I should bring up. A lot of the Ravens wearing black armbands today. Yesterday marked the anniversary of young Sean Ralph.
Oh yes,
who died a few years ago in an unfortunate car accident here at the Mesa Ravens. A huge loss, was a huge member of that junior program at the time there. They even named the junior MVP after him there. They're commemorating his death there, his anniversary of death.
Lovely tribute.
And I thought that had to be mentioned there. Braden Quinn in motion, making up a trips formation to the right, but it's a screen back to the left. Bones has got it. Bones has got blockers in front. Warwick Russell, who scored 3 against the Brisbane Rhinos back in week 3, had a nice play on that last screen.
Lovely watching the concept. I thought Braden Quinn, 89, was open on the last play of the overthrow, so I watched him on this, and we had a simple wide receiver screen with the 3 receivers to the right. Bones was one-on-one, basically a choice route, and he broke it. Great play design.
Quick early screens and some quick hitters for the Ravens. Let's go back to week 9. The Brisbane Rhinos probably gave the Ravens the biggest challenge they had defensively. Had about 5 sacks in the first half alone. And obviously the Ravens doing everything they can to avoid being put in the hole here after learning what they did in week 9.
A lot of leverage there, Kenny, on those receivers.
First down. Not wanting to get beaten to the outside. We see Tyson Snag, the safety, currently apexing Lachlan Amore in the slot. And we have a timeout here. Team charge timeout to the Bayside Ravens.
Interesting there, Kenny, from the Rhinos. Basically, we had single coverage down here. The corners were about 6, 7, 8 yards off, and we noticed the outside linebacker and defensive end just moving around a bit. And I think Steggers saw something, went up to audible, then the defense moved, and it was like, no, we're going to have a timeout.
Now, I'm smoking a fair bit in depth about the plays here for the Ravens. Let's take a moment to go to the red side of the ledger. Xavier Savellino is an exciting young player. Joined the Rhinos mid-season, started at Mike Backer, got a pick in his first game, looked unbelievable. Then they changed to a bare front here with a lot of D linemen up front trying to create pressure. He's now moved to the edge. They only had to use him sparingly in week 9, but in his 2 plays, he got a pressure and a sack. Now he's back to full health. They've got him on the edge. Let's see if he can be a difference maker, number 89.
This will be interesting. So all the Ravens' yards coming so far pretty much from the passes.
Nate Ashton Miles down here, the matchup on the near side wide receivers, Posey versus Ashton Miles. Quick throw, quick one to Posey. The route was open, the pass was about 2 feet too high.
Nice job by the Rhinos there. Really, I was watching Lockie Amore there, who went for the slant. They bracketed him, so basically they had the linebacker under the safety up the top. So Steggers saw that, he's gone to the outside number 1 receiver, and they've almost bracketed him as well. So, well done to the Rhinos. They were looking slant as well.
That was The combination of Ashton Miles and Snag protecting against that slant. 2nd down and 10. The ball is set up by my count around the Rhinos 15. The sun setting now here on Norman Park. Receivers a bit more of an easy job than the juniors did. Farah now with the ball. Farah trucking forward. And let me tell you about Farah. Do you remember calling a game in Western Australia, I think it was, and you had Darius Holden-Miller being a bit more of a scat back then. And you said sometimes you just wish you had an oil tanker to try and get third and shorts, fourth and shorts.
Yep.
Farah fits that role.
Excellent. Really nice job. A little counterplay there. Nice reverse pivot from Steggers. Basically with a nice rhythm and a good play. That's the first sort of... We've only seen, I think, one other run, haven't we, Kenny? And then we've got a counter straight up. Let's see what we got here.
Jerry Agata out there at right tackle. This is a very heavy package. Look at this. Who is that in the backfield? Was that Tank Sinapati or one of the linemen? I saw a 7. It was. How about that? Getting what I believe to be his first career carry. Carlos Tank Sinapati.
I saw a 7, but it was a very folded 7-7.
Might have been a 71 or 72. Who knows?
No, I love that. We called that the diamond formation back with the Ravens back in the day.
Couldn't convert there on 3rd and short. Now here comes the field goal kicking unit on the Ravens opening possession. Didn't know if it'd be Russell or Quimby, both listed as kicking starters. It is Quimby taking the first 3-point attempt here for the Bayside Ravens. Our first field goal today is up, and I haven't seen a signal. It is good.
I've never really seen the referee give the signal before the crossbar judges. They just stood there. I thought they were on pause, and then we saw it from the referee. So the kick is good. As I said, shout out to everyone watching at home. Great to see some people. I haven't seen Shari Only here for ages.
Indeed.
Saw the Housens, Amanda. They're at home watching in the comfort of the Smokey Dawson chair.
Yeah, they were here a bit earlier today. Wouldn't realize
they were going home. They'd done their time. So a big shout out to the volunteers too that have put on today. It's just been absolutely fantastic. And a big shout out to you, Kenny. I think you should be in the GQ Hall of Fame. I mean, I've never seen you run that fast since your playing days. I think your 4th game of Gridiron, you've had to be down the field.
I think even playing days, Kenny, would rival some of the speed I've had to put on today. Here we are in there. Oh, Troy Posey almost jumping offside there in their sprinter stance for the Bayside Ravens. The officials, no, they've called it. There's a flag back down here at the 30-yard line. There'll be some extra yardage coming here in the direction of the Brisbane Rhinos.
You saw it, Kenny. That's why the 9-iron was a little toey. It didn't make the distance, only around about the 10-yard line.
Troy Posey, I think, a little too fast for his own good. Cheyenne James, the returner there. He has been battling an ankle for the early part of the season. Came back around week 8. Has looked wonderful since then.
It's a long way for the referee to come back and pick up his flag. You can see him running there at the bottom of the screen.
Probably wishes he threw that flag a little further now.
I think they've done there. And a shout out to the refs today. They've done some great work today. A lot of distance travelled.
Indeed. We might have a bit of time. If we have a bit of time, we might actually get the referees on screen to acknowledge them for today, but I won't put Samantha, our director, under pressure like that. Well, as we hear the call here.
Here we go, Kenny. Here's our officials crew.
There it is. The call's still not going out. Andrew Calvary is currently our white hat referee. Matt Steele from New South Wales, now a Queenslander at umpire. Nigel Law, centre judge. Pat Humphreys at linesman. Brian Balzano at line judge. Craig Civitel back judge. Tim Tafuga back. He's been here all day at field judge. Chris Emery, I think he's jumping on the field for the first time today at side judge. David Hodkins there in case anything goes down, someone pulls a hammy. Tim Redshaw's the man in the computers alongside Andrew Stock, and our foul recorder is coming from Northern Queensland, Harley Johnston.
What a great crew. Great job, guys.
I think a few guys might be returning the favour to Harley, going up for the Reef Bowl late in January next year.
Look forward to that.
Sammy James kicking off here, straight
kick
down the throat following that last penalty. Back to Cheyenne James. James found a seam and then found a couple of Ravens defenders at his own 30. That time,
Daniel Warburton on the tackle there. That was very good form tackle. Much better kickoff. Got some speed. And that's a great tackle when you see the camera go past the runner and it has to come back.
And you mentioned Daniel Warburton there, the rookie free safety. Got a chance to start with Ben Stokes, being unavailable for a few weeks in the middle of the season there, didn't let his team down. Has been used rotationally since. A big special teams ace for him as well. First down and 10 at Rhinos. Here comes Dean Latumahina, a long time running back. Played in their juniors, won a Sunbowl there. Took a bit of a stint off. Has come back as well. One of the senior presence on this team. Was one of two Rhinos involved in a bit of a car accident. Had a bit of whiplash early this year. And then also I think Eric Vo has been ruled out because he was also involved in a situation where his car got totaled. So not a great run of luck for the Brisbane Rhinos.
Let's see how they run tonight.
Here we go. Latumahina stays in the backfield. It's still Jared Toshak in at quarterback. Three receivers out to the left. Down the field they go. Toshak wants to go deep to Max Williams. Dax Williams lurking in the middle like he did in that Week 3 matchup. Picks up a huge gain through the air for the Brisbane Rhinos.
The QB even put a wobble on it so he could see it better. That was lovely. Let's have a look at this throw. The 85 came right down the middle. Great protection there. Nice job, and because it was an advantage, it was underthrown. I think if it was a proper ball, that safety had it picked.
Max Williams, I'll let you know now, you're the type of guy, coach, you know, wide receivers is your thing. You particularly you love your slot receivers. He really works that inside seam as good as anyone in this league.
It was a nice job.
First down and 10. Toshak with a spread formation ahead of him. Latumahina with his back, flanks out to the right, as he does so often. One safety here, Ben Stokes.
Counter.
Inside give on the counter play, rumbling and stumbling is Latumahina before he's touched back. One of the things about Dean, he does tend to run, particularly once he gets to contact, he gets a little vertical and sometimes he gets pushed back at the back end of contact there because he reveals so much of his undercarriage.
You can really tell those that have played either rugby league or rugby union before because it's that high stepping. Like you said, Kenny, you want to be that Constantini. You want to compress. You don't want to have any of that rib exposing. But I love the feet. I love the feet from the Rhinos running back. He's got a little bit of high step in there. But a nice little counter play. 2nd and 4. Rhinos chasing a 3-point lead here late in the first quarter. Toshak observing the defense. No one moves. Pre-snap. Gives them the same look post-snap, and he hands off to Latumahina, who's having a really early workload here as part of this running back rotation here at the Rhinos. They've had to go deep. They had a deep running back group at the start of the season. Injuries has shortened that depth here. JJ Camargo breaking a foot earlier in the season, came back last week, gave it his all. I don't know how much he'll have to do here today. Probably came back a couple weeks too early. As well as Lopez Arguello, I don't think he's available tonight either. Angus France also ruled out down to these last two running backs here with Latumahina. 3rd down ahead of him now. Toshak on a slow, no delay. Latumahina hurdling a defender and falling forward. First down, Rhino. Let's see this on the replay. It was 3rd and short, and it's a first down from the referee. He's given it. Have a look at this backfield action. Quarterback's going to grab it, and you can take it right there. Nice job on the kick out there. Just needed 3, 4. They got it. Interesting watching the Ravens, Kenny. We've been mixing up between cover one, and basically the quarters and too high. So basically on 2nd down, they went to quarters coverage. You know, thinking of primarily it's running down. Ravens are thinking pass. So it's interesting what they come up with. You can see single high safety now, about 15 yards back.
They want to stop the run on here on 1st down. Latumahina to the left here. That's often been a pass play, but now it'll be a check to a run. Latumahina continues his busy drive here, has been the man carrying the load for the Brisbane Rhinos here on this drive.
I think I see a shoe.
Is anyone going to Jimmy Maloney that and throw it away?
Big DL's down, the running back. I think they've been running him. He probably needs a breather. But they've definitely found something off that side there, Kenny. Basically, all their main big runs have come to the right. The medics are coming on the field, Kenny. This will be a bit of a blow if DL needs to come off for a while.
Latumahina there, helmet off. He's suggesting he's okay. I honestly think he's just bugging.
he's had a few.
You can see the smile on his face. He just knew he wouldn't be taken out if he didn't take a knee there. So
that's a sizable young man.
He is. He's only gotten bigger since I used to coach against him in junior football. Here he is, comes to the sideline. You can see his teammate and now turned coach there. And
considerable size difference of the new running back.
Nielsen giving him some support. 2nd down and 6 now. Back in the field, okay, it is going to be Camargo. Here goes Camargo on his first carry. Not quite as many yards, in fact, a loss of a halfer.
I don't think, Kenny, you're not going to get much time to dance in the backfield. It might be a one-cut type of game. And just looking at, we're looking at now 3rd, and before it was 2nd and about 7. Now it's 3rd and about the same. They can't kick this. They're kicking into the breeze. So forget about a field goal. They've got to get close to, try and get a first down. They'll go for it on 4th maybe.
3rd down here. Ball is on the Ravens 25. Let's see if they work this out, which they often do on these option routes here in Sam Harkness's run and shoot offense. That's the way it'll be. That's the way it'll be. Thrown, intercepted. 2019's defensive MVP, Chris Clark, down the Rhino sideline. A convoy in front of him, cuts it back, and he steps out of bounds at around the Rhinos 25. Actually, no, all the way to Rhinos 32. First down, Ravens.
Well, you call it, Coach Kenny. The out route was there, but Chris also saw it as well. This should be a bit of a good shot here if we come down the sideline. Got a wall of blockers there. That was great stuff. And you can hear the crowd, go! Oh.
Can I speculate a little bit here, Coach? We both picked it. You were pointing out the out route there, and obviously, is that a situation where maybe a DB to the quality and veteranship of Chris Clark possibly baited it, knowing what the read was going to be if he showed a pre-snap look?
Absolutely, and that's what you want out of a player.
So, the tides turn.
Are they taking a shot here, Kenny?
Let's see if they go on the quick turnaround. It'll be a keeper to Jared Stegman. Has got a bit of space on the edge, a little in and away, and he takes this past the Rhinos 25.
But Kenny, I think you hit the nail right on the head there, right? We saw the out. They put the trips receivers over to the right side, the short side, had the one single receiver just for an out route, and if Chris did that, that's a fantastic play. But Steggers now gets his first run.
Gets that under his belt. Farah is back, as I've now corrected the pronunciation of. Stegman wants the ball, gets ball, looking downfield. Sammy James makes a catch and a nice tackle by Nate Ashton Miles in response. And that is a Jared Stegman special right there. Loves the curls, loves the flats.
Well, you know what they say, curls get the girls.
As far as I know, Sammy James is more than happy in his current situation. First down and 10 following the Sammy the Hammy reception. Trip side is the target for Jared Stegman, and that is Corkett getting involved now. His first target and catch for the day. They're inside the 10. First and goal, Bayside Ravens.
For anybody who wants to be a quarterback for the young and upcomers, just watch Jared Stegman. I mean, plenty of experience overseas, Asia, Europe. Easily the best quarterback in the country at the moment. I'd pick him if I was the Australian men's coach as the starter. But just a great head fake. Looked off the single receiver to the right-hand side, which forced the linebacker to come across and threaded it through the window on the left. Just fantastic.
Ball inside the 5 here. That might be the end of the quarter. Andrew Calverley, I should correct myself, marking it now, and at the end of 1. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they take the walk down here in the men's division, Sunbowl 2021. Reigning champs with a field goal lead. The Bayside Ravens and the Brisbane Rhinos here competing, and we'll take a look here. We've got a replay queued up.
Also,
league table, sorry, my apologies. Let's take a look at the season that was here.
Here we go.
Bayside Ravens with effectively a perfect record, the only draw being the washout blemish. Seems to avoid them for the last couple of years, wanting to run the table. Unfortunately, always having that asterisk next to the perfect season record. They were undefeated, however, in this season. The Brisbane Rhinos just coming away with the 3 losses, 2 to the Bayside Ravens, 1 to SES Moreton Bay, when Sam Bull had to step in at quarterback. So an 8-win team taking on a 5-win team here in the Sunbowl Championship. Start of the second quarter now.
They're down at the commentary end, Kenny. This looks really good. They're only literally 4 yards out, and this is a great view from the commentary booth. Basically, people at home, you can see exactly what we're seeing now. It's just a good angle and a great field. The sun's setting. Should be a doozy under lights.
Don't envy the junior receivers on the back of the junior Sunbowl. The sun directly in the face of those Spartan Raptors receivers as they were looking back for it. Not an easy task, but it's what you come to expect here playing. The Sunbowl time very rarely changes here in Gridiron Queensland. You know what you have to compete with.
We need a dome, Kenny.
We were just talking about that in the Ghost game. Stegman, pop pass, Mitchell Bessie scored 3 touchdowns in Sunbowl 35. He'll have to wait to try and add another here. Couldn't convert on that little short pop pass.
Nice job by number 6, Sunbowl there for the Rhinos. Obviously, Bessie with his speed is trying to get to the outside. This will be a great shot. Coming across. And number 6 getting to the outside there and forcing him to turn back in.
Sunbowl, the former Cairns Falcons quarterback, and when he came down to the Brisbane Rhinos, Sam Markner said, "You're not a quarterback, mate, you're a linebacker." And he has been an outstanding guy on the edge here for the Brisbane Rhinos in season 2021.
Lost yards here, Kenny.
Farrell with a huge gap. Farrell with 6 points and the opening touchdown of the 2021 Men's Division Sunbowl. Chris Farrell, the linebacker turned running back here, adding 6 for the Bayside Ravens.
Great camera work here. Watch this straight up. Let's see what happens here. Down, sensational block. Left guard. I'm just going to get my sheets here. Left guard for the Raiders. Here we go. Number 51. What a killer down block. That was the whole. Nice job.
We'll take a look at that in replay after this PAT. Kick is up by Quimby. Kick is good. Hits a tree in the process, but not before he clears the post. 10-0 here. The Bayside Ravens now lead the Brisbane Rhinos at the start of the second quarter.
Here we go. Here's a good look at it. Oh, it's Tank's in a party. Great job. Just washed it down through the A gap, pushed it into the 0, and the running back. Kenny, I reckon that actually helped because it was basically 3 yards out before with Bessie on the jet sweep. Bessie actually got a loss of a couple of yards, which pushed him back a little bit, but I think that was better for the Ravens. They had more end zone to work with, which was a nice run up the middle there. And a shout out also to everyone that's messaging us on social media, giving us a shout out. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the call, Kenny. We're coming through loud and clear, and the camera works great. So thank you, everyone.
Multiple cameras again here for Sunbowl Saturday. Sam James, the kickoff.
Into that wind.
To Cheyenne James, they continue to target. He'll run behind Bailey Toddle. Desbro lays out a Rhino, and Cheyenne James shakes a tackle.
Flags down.
Violent return here from CJ, and we got penalty markers down as aforementioned from Hollywood. Back at the Rhinos 26.
You can see how that ball hung up, kicking into the wind down. That ball did a really nice job. Right about now, we're just hanging up there, slowly coming down. CJ's brought it back up the middle almost every single time. Don't know if that's planned, but I'd like to see him try and get to the outside at some point.
That is against the Brisbane Rhinos, holding. So
they did some lip reading there, Kenny. That was a legal block in the back.
Illegal block in the back. Sorry, my lip reading's not quite the level it was for you that time. I think it was a Tim Redshaw over at Bean Lee. Hollywood lip reading.
I think I saw that the other day, Kenny.
Pops up here. Christian Tangles McCarty.
I look good in black and white.
Saying hello here in the commentary booth, and yes, that was the one. I like number 1, but I also like number 2. First down and 10. Speaking of ones, Toshak handing off to Carl Margo, the Brazilian. The former Rondinopolis Hawk, having trouble finding space here on his opening few runs. As the running back rotation continues here for the Rhinos.
Nice job, man. I'm really liking what the Ravens defense are doing. They're giving us a cover 2 look or a 2 high safety look. But as soon as that run happens, it's either Stokes or the other safety shoots straight down into the line of scrimmage, and you'll see the other safety rotate to the middle. So basically going from a cover 2 look to cover 1. It's a nice job.
Well, Stokes, as for right now, is that deep look safety. Keep an eye on him to see how he reacts post-snap. Second down, 8 yards needed. Another handoff to Carl Margo. Venturing to the right-hand side of the field here. Thought he had some space. The edge was set, but he still falls forward for a half-decent gain there on second down.
Nice job by 49, Robert Quimby there for the Ravens. Just got in the way. And sometimes, he may not make the tackle, but he just is annoying. Really nice job there. They're trying to get to the outside. Quimby stepped in front of him and said, okay, you got to go over me, and was able to hold him up till the rest of the team got there.
And isn't it amazing? Sometimes the most effective blocks are just those who stand.
It wasn't a butt block, Kenny. It was a front-on butt block.
Third down and
just be a speed hub sometimes.
Just be a speed hub. Just be in the way. Third down, and I will call this a short 3 or a long 2. Take your pick. Toshak, Kyle Margo in the back.
8 in the box.
And a timeout taken here by the Brisbane Rhinos. That's their first team charge timeout.
Ravens are thinking short. There's 8 in the box there. Still haven't seen our number 3 return for the Rhinos. This will be interesting, Kenny. Is Rhinos here? They've obviously got the wind behind them now if they want to punt, but I'd really like to see it convert this first down just to get some momentum, because now I think the Ravens have got their groove on and starting to roll before the halftime break. I mean, we're still 9:40.
In that timeout, a substitution made on the offensive line. Sunbowl, the best man in the world, has moved off the field, and Josh Koo, the veteran and ostensibly the O-line coach of this team, is going to step in at left guard like he has had to do for much of this season. Check that, right guard inside Michael Volkanovski.
So are you thinking short run, Kenny?
Quite possibly. But Sam Wallace, one of their best run blockers, checking out of the game for a breather. Third down and short. Deep alignment here by the running back. Toshak is going to fake the pitch about 16 times, but fooling nobody. A loss of yardage, maybe 2 sacrificed on that play here, and turning this to what will likely be a punting situation.
Well, we've got the flag down, Kenny. That came as the QB was rolling out. Not getting a lot of love from the receivers. It was almost, you can see here that the QB's coming out, go there. No, it's a case of, okay, you can't fool anyone with that type of pitch.
Robert Quimby making the tackle there. And
nice job, Rob. I mentioned you before, I mentioned you on this one. You're having a good game.
Let's see if the audio issues have been sorted out. I can confirm I've handled everything on my end. That will be against the Brisbane Rhinos. And it was declined by the Bayside Ravens. Will of course take the down over the yardage.
Absolutely.
Fenwick now. Let's see if Fenwick goes to that. They're probably a little further in their territory to try it, but let's see if Fenwick chooses height over length here and tries to make life hell here for Warwick Russell and number 5, Chris Clark.
Russell on numbers and Chris up the hash mark. Interesting. They're not going.
Well,
they've got a touch finder. It's a touch finder. They'll pack a scrum at the 40.
Right on halfway.
Right at the halfway. Pack a scrum. Loose head prop feed.
Wrong sport, right look. And the Bayside Ravens will take over. Smack bang middle of the field.
And Kenny, this is, for me as a coach, this is super dangerous right now for the Rhinos, because basically in the middle of the field anything goes. Flea flickers, reverse, take a long bomb, whatever you want. Because this is the freewheeling zone.
I think the side judge got overruled there. Matt Steele's placed the ball inside Rhinos territory. The official spot, the Rhinos 48. Quick pass over the middle there. Braden Quinn missed week 9 after having eye surgery the night before. Back and seeing 2020 here in the Sunbowl. Penalty markers down back behind the Ravens.
Looks like we've got a hold, I think, on the Ravens.
Will be a hold against the Ravens, and I'll move them back 10 yards. A chance here for the Rhinos to try and capitalise. They've got a lot of pass rushes on that front ever since they changed mid-season to this bare front. Kailahi, 3 sacks against the Ravens week 9. Young Malachi Relton Stewart, a very talented pass rusher. Let's see what they can generate here with their 5-man front.
This is my favourite formation, trips to the wide side of the field. You can pretty much do anything from here.
First down and 20. Pass over the middle, Warwick Russell! Warwick Russell grabs a fair chunk of those yards back. He was working against Jeremy Cowles.
Nice job there. Basically, for Sun Devils we call that the stick draw, and the Ravens are doing it without the draw. So Warwick Russell basically doing a slant. Receiver number 3 on the right is basically doing a choice, so hook in or hook out. Receiver number 2 is doing a 5-yard out. Receiver number 1 is doing a fade. They ran the two same plays right back to back after each other then.
Second down, and just under 5 yards here for the Bayside Ravens. Stegman looking downfield, checking off now to Farah. Farah spinning and turning, making the catch in the process. Is it enough for a first down? Certainly looks like it.
Love
There
the
it
concept.
is.
You've had Warren Russell do 2 slants. Okay, everyone's going to go with Bones, and all of a sudden now you've wheeled the running back out. Great play calling.
First down here, following that Farah catch.
Oh, it's second and -1.
We'll see if the down marker catches up. That
There we go.
Just a little bit of lag. Needed a refresh.
I've never seen the down marker pass the sticks. It'd still be second down.
First down now. Fresh set here for Stegman and this Birdtown offense. Spread formation. Look for Quinn here on the left slot. No, he wants to go downfield to Posey on the post. The Posey post is incomplete. Second down upcoming.
It was there. He found his way between the corner and the safety. Steggers put it in a great spot.
And the heckling has certainly begun here at East Rugby Union.
No, I love it. I really love the simplicity. I mean, as I said, it's so complex and simple. Is basically where is that safety, and can we throw past him, or is there 2 and can we throw between them?
Jared Stegman, big on the roof line. I was looking at his quarterback camp there, and he said that's the first thing he scans for. The depth and width of the safeties. Second down, it's a keeper to Stegman. He's got a fair bit of space, sells the dummy, and picks up 9 yards.
Lockie Amor loved the route there from number 9 for the Ravens. This is what Stegman did in 2015 for the Australian Outback against, I think it was China and Korea, was just ran the option, and he also has the option to throw it to the receiver if he doesn't like what the look there, but that's Steg's bread and butter right there.
Coach, I've got to make an early correction on you. You got to get your Italian here. It's an amore.
I saw a capital H, Amor, Australia.
Vincent Amore, father of Lachlan, will be here in a minute.
He'll make it the Outback squad. I'm going to call him Amor.
Oh, an early jump here. I think this might be a free set here. Although Stegman's livid, he wanted the free play.
The Rhinos just trying to get the jump on the snap. Third down and 1, Kenny, but obviously now new set of downs. As we say goodbye to the championships Stingrays as they head off in the Murray's bus.
Head back down, all suited up, I imagine, as they can.
I was complimenting LT and the Stingrays organisation. I think the fact that they all came up on the Murray's bus together, that's class. And that's what you want as a team, is coming up as a team and coming away with a win.
You can't deny that team culture, particularly in the junior division. It's
absolutely
very impressive, and certainly what a lot of clubs need to aspire to there in their junior divisions.
There is no safety in the middle of the field.
Tim O'Donnell passing the booth here. Troy Posey, who's near him? No one. He's got a touchdown. Stegman to Posey. Birdtown jumps another 6.
I want to see what they rotated to here, because that didn't look right from the start. There's no one out there. I didn't even see a corner.
I'm not sure what's Tyson's.
If we can get another angle of that, a wider angle. Here's one safety.
There's Cheyenne James.
There's nobody over there, so
I don't know where
somebody
the corner
didn't rotate over.
There was no cornerback there on the left-hand side, I don't believe. Well, I don't know if we'll take another look at that, assuming nothing crazy goes on here on the PAT. 3 for 3 on the day for Farah. And let's see if we can see the wide shot. Not to directing to our director, but
that 22 there, he's over Quinn. Nobody's rotated out.
Samantha sassing me in the headset there. We'll see if we can earn our wide shot here. Let's take a look. There is a corner, in fact.
There is a corner.
But he jumps.
Oh, okay, so we haven't rotated far enough, or they haven't communicated. So the corner's taken, was it Braden Quinn, I think, on the 5 and out?
Yes, it was. And that allowed Posey to operate with surplus space out there.
Oh, it's the golden rule of the DB. You cannot let the number 1 receiver scream down the sideline. You've got to at least bump him, because the safety does not have time to get over.
That's exactly what we saw there. Sammy the Hammy to kick this off. It'll fall. Will Riley Wood opt
You got to get it.
Will this be recovered? Wood gets on it.
Oh.
Screaming down was Joshua Perrin. Thought he might have had a free recovery there. Ultimately, Wood getting on the ball.
Nate Ashton Miles there, you better get that. I don't know why he let it go unless there was no call from the back or leave it, etc. But that baby's live. It's in excess. It's live baby live. And
didn't we learn that last Sunbowl?
Exactly.
With the Gold Coast
and it was only unfortunate with the bounce of the ball that it went straight into Nate's gut. The Ravens could have easily had it back.
Sam Walsh, the strongest man in the world, appears to still be on the sideline there, but take a look at number 68, Tanyelu, in the yellow helmet. Hard to miss him. The new recruit for the offensive line, middle of the season here. He is proving that he is not just size, he's got strength to go with it. Toshak, inside give, bouncing it to the outside is Wood. Wood with some space.
Oh!
Wood breaking past the line to gain. Ball comes out, but not before he is down.
Holy cow, he had some speed there. I thought he was done in the backfield, and bam, out he comes. Nice job. This would be a great little angle here.
And finally, someone who might actually be able to understand my comparison here. Ironically wearing number 33, ironically last name Wood. Doesn't he remind you of the former Sun Devil, Woodsy, who used to be shot out of a cannon?
Absolutely, Woodsy. The Bayside Ravens.
Former Toowoomba Vulture / Wolf back in the day, before making his way over to the Ravens. But I just think the comparison, ironically, both named Wood wearing 33, it's almost uncanny. Here he is again on the counter, but the Ravens don't fall for it, beat the pulling guard, and get into the backfield.
We're seeing here, Kenny, from the Ravens, is the Ravens are really playing off on the corners. Not so much not respecting the pass, they just say, okay, if you're going to throw it over the back of us, we'll protect the pass. And we're seeing 6, 7, 8 in the box now for the Ravens. So they're going to tee off for the run, and the DB is going to say, try and pass.
Lucas Tumwana on that last play, and also Robert Quimby. Isn't he building up a stat sheet today?
He is.
Second down and 13. Toshak with a bit of time gets rid of it. Trying to find Max Williams. 85 and 5 collide. Pass incomplete. They'll have third and long ahead of them now.
I like the idea though, Kitty. I like the idea of that seam, because once they get past the backers, as I just said, those safeties and DBs, they're playing off. They want everything in front of it. Because the QB does have the wind behind him, but let's see if he's got that tight spiral and got the arm.
Well, there's only so much you'd expect out of a late season quarterback. He's been playing in the slot all season long. Has had the call up with all the injuries to the Rhinos quarterback, starting with Mitch Bradford, following Riley Dix. Riley Wood now, speaking about Riley's, shoots past, gets back past the original line of scrimmage. They'll be well short, about 7 yards short of the line to gain.
I like what number 5, Chris Clark for the Ravens, is doing. He's staying back, and then basically he's sneaking down, and he basically runs the ball. He checks to the flat to see if that receiver's going to run a slant or something like that, and then comes down and sees the run, and he's in there.
It reminds me of so much of, if anyone who watched the LA Rams defense last year, Coach Brandon Staley, now the head coach of the Chargers, the way he learned how to defend the pass whilst not sacrificing the run is involving that late safety run support. That is, he said, ultimately, offenses are trying to get advantage in the passes. You got to play to that. You got to find a way to stop the run secondary.
Absolutely. Okay, we've got number 4 for the Ravens now.
It's Pete Brewer, the defensive coordinator and defensive captain, also known as Moose, the Canadian. It's so funny.
Crown Royal, Canadian club.
I think it was 2019 in the championship. Glenn Parker, who was handling the on-field presentations, described him as an angry linebacker, and Moose responded with, "I think you're probably the only person in the world to ever describe me as angry." And I had to agree with him. He's generally quite a jolly fellow until you flag him for taunting.
He's walking off the field.
See Zach Nielsen also with the headset here in the Brisbane Rhinos huddle. We've got a close-up of him down the track, I'm sure. Committed to Tulsa and took a shoulder surgery this year, so could not contribute to the Brisbane Rhinos. And let's use this opportunity to give a quick shout-out to Paul Mills. Not directing first Sunbowl since 2012. I think.
He can't come across the border.
Without Sunbowl, he's obviously located down in New South Wales now, northern part of New South Wales. He's trusted as veteran director here in St. Early. Got him! Free play here. Toshak over the middle. Fenwick wasn't expecting it. They will get a free 5 yards and another crack at it here. Fenwick had some room to move there had he caught it.
It's like, oh, what's this? It's a ball. Yeah, nice little, got him on the jump. Knew where he wanted to go.
I believe that's Adenil Thompson who had the early flinch.
Do you reckon he heard footsteps?
I think he just got a bit,
because that arm went out and it came back real quick.
Quite possibly. I never like to speculate on a receiver going across the middle. That's a brave position. I won't judge a man.
Just noticing Kenny on the QB for the Rhinos. Number 11, we've got to fix the dipping in the bucket. When the wind-up is going all the way down to the pocket, and then the throw. We've got to get a quicker release on that young man.
Only Byron Leftwich has managed to get to the NFL doing that. Fourth down here. Another early jump. Didn't cross the line of scrimmage. Pass is caught from Fenwick this time. Was aware with it. First down signaled.
The world can change in 30 seconds. he was aware of it.
And he's now down after that. Last play a little nicked up after that. Fourth down.
This will be a great angle here, Kenny. Come out there.
He's still down here. A bit of an injury timeout here. Sunbowl Saturday. Here in the fourth and final game. The seniors here going at it in the men's division. The Bayside Ravens taking a first half lead here in this injury timeout. 17 points to nil. Their offense yet to not come away with points.
It'll be interesting here too, Kenny, and this is must be now the fourth or fifth time in this quarter we've seen the trainer come out. So is this a trend we're going to start seeing now?
Look at the packed out grandstands here.
There we go.
East Rugby Union, our home of the 2021 Sunbowl 37. Let's take it back to history. Let's get back down memory lane through the history books. 2008 was the last time we hosted a Sunbowl here. The Gold Coast Stingrays won it in the men's division.
Yep.
They also won it in the juniors division. It was where the home of the infamous Damien Malloy Superman or hurdle jump, I believe.
Oh.
And I think it was the Western Cougars against the Gold Coast Stingrays.
The field did feel very bouncy, so that did help.
And obviously has history in this sport, even back before the formation of Gridiron Queensland, the Premier Gridiron League as well, hosting championships games here as well. Who was it now? I was having my caller down in South Australia, former Queensland caller. Let me bring up his name again. Phil Herndon. He was going through the history books there and was talking about how East actually won a premiership over at Ballymore, came back in naturally for drinks, ended up streaking on the field during the Sun Bowl. They had to cut the lights. The lights took 10 minutes to come back on. It was quite the story. A source of Gridiron Queensland and Gridiron Australia history, Phil Herndon. Obviously calling the Great Southern Bowl.
That's
as
exactly
well.
Right. No, I love Phil. Shout out to Phil.
Second down now.
The receiver
screen with a blue helmet. And the lineman downfield not caught. I feel like that's about a 50-50 chance of happening in today's RPO offense. Doesn't get a whole lot out of it. Third down.
No, see the lineman just hit once. We call that just get beat. We don't say count to 1,000 because usually linemen can't count to 1,000. So we just say get beat and then go out and find somebody else to hit. That's what they did. Heading downfield. But no, a shout out to Phil Herndon. I truly admit it, Kenny. I think both of you should be in the GQ or the GA Hall of Fame for the amount of work you're doing these days with commentating. I mean, you're just everywhere. So let's start a hashtag of Kenny for Hall of Fame.
I've still got a couple of years yet, methinks. Third down and 10. Toddle with a no-look pass to Wood. What a juke on a veteran linebacker in Brewer. And I think he's got enough for the first down. No, just short. Fist is up.
Kenny, you said it. It was a no-look pass. His eyes were down looking at the safety. This might be the angle. No, not even looking at you.
If it is a look, it's the quickest head adjustment.
It was a glance.
Get this, I don't know if you were tuning into the Ghost game. Linneberg, for the Blue Steel side, changed his hand to his left hand side and threw left-handed to complete a pass in the Ghost of Gridiron game earlier today.
Ambidextrous. Fourth and about 2, Kenny, to go for it.
Probably less than 2 even. And they might take a timeout here to think about it. Their second team charged timeout of the half. So you have to say 17-0 is a daunting halftime lead. would you say it's almost imperative for the Rhinos to come away with points? It could be a field goal, but to get the goose egg off the board heading into half, mentally, it feels like a big need.
It is a big need, and usually you can just go with the straight up maths. So, you know, the game could be 34-0. You know, as a fact with that, I need to see. The Rhinos do need to get marched down the field. There's been a couple of false offsides for the defense that have given the first down. We've seen a couple of freaky plays, but for the best part, I've seen at least 3 to 4 Ravens in the backfield of the Rhinos every single play. So they're going to need to do something about that.
Well, Coach Sam Harkness is very anti-tight end, loves his 10 personnel. So putting an extra person into block isn't going to be an option here unless they do one of those cheeky things where you have a receiver come in and effectively sit and pass block on the backside. But 4th down and 1. I thought maybe we might see the return of Dean Latu-Mahina on the short yardage situation. It's Riley Wood here in the backfield with Jared Toshak. Max Williams right slot. A handoff. It is Riley Wood. How did he get out of that? Has he got enough? Looking for a signal. The Rhinos believe they do. Both teams signaling first down in their respective directions. Haven't seen a zebra point a direction yet. Will we get the chains out? Will someone have a credit card ready? How close to a conversion will this be?
Everyone's doing the Florida State or the Kansas City Chiefs axe chop. First down Ravens.
First down Ravens. A valiant effort there from Riley Wood, but he falls short. And the goose egg remains here for the Brisbane Rhinos. And I believe the 2-minute warning also took place on that last play. We'll get confirmation on that. A challenge flag. We've got a challenge.
Oh, look out.
Your favorite situation. Coach Sam Harkness has a rule here. Only likes to challenge things on the sideline closest to the cameras. Feels like you're wasting your time on anything beyond that.
Great point. That's a smart move. Let's hope we got the camera angle.
We've got 3 cameras going here today. Hopefully one of them's picked up something favourable for the Brisbane Rhinos.
Remember where the ball is when the knee's down. We're looking for the 30.
The play's officially done there, but the stretch out there from Wood. So I think even before that, that's the frame they're choosing to judge. And if they roll it back here, I think they probably had it. Where do they need to get to? The line to gain, coaches.
I'm looking at it's the 3. It's the number 3 of the 30.
Well, they've moved the chains already respective to the Bayside Ravens here, so I've lost the last.
You have knees down a mile. If we go back about 2 frames, keep going back a little bit.
And the referees are doing that as well.
The knees down already before the stretch.
Honestly, though, you lose a timeout here. I think that was a good challenge there from Coach Sam Harkness. The cost.
Knee down.
Yeah. The stretch is. It's out there.
As I said, we're looking for the top of the 3, of the 30 mark. Referee's getting the call now, Kenny.
Andrew Coverley getting the call here from Tim Redshaw and Andrew Stock.
We are under lights now, Kenny. The sun's well and truly gone.
Going from the Sunbowl to the Night Bowl, and the Moon Bowl, if you will.
The Blood Moon Bowl.
Well, there's certainly a lot of red here today at East Rugby Union.
The ruling on the field is overturned. The ball was 1.5 yards short of the line to gain. The ball will be first down to the right.
First down Ravens.
First down to 10, and the challenge comes up short. So Sam Harkness, first failed challenge as a head coach.
Back in my day, you couldn't challenge.
We know we've had quite the debate on air, you and I, regarding technology and
get to the game by a horse and cart.
We didn't even have lights. Everyone parked their cars.
That's exactly what they did.
First down.
Lit a candle.
Oh, white old man. Here comes Jared Stegman.
He's going to take a shot.
2-minute drill over the middle. Go safety. That's Fleming, the rookie running back. with his first touch. And what a first touch
That was a big tackle.
James lassoing him to the East Rugby Union ground.
I think you said it right there. That was a lasso tackle, all right. Got me a gator.
Sam Bull reaching for a bit of air there, and that is Tyler Fleming, joined literally the week before Darius Holiday announced his retirement there. Played a game with next to no training on his first carry, actually snatched at the ball, causing a fumble, as a lot of rookie running backs might do if they've had about 30 minutes of training ahead of their first game.
Not his fault.
First down and 10.
Gee, Bessie looks good for a seam route here. He's covered over the top.
A couple of receivers swapping on and offline duties. Stegman with protection, climbs the pocket, has to run. Looking for the line to gain and picks up 3 or 4 yards, stretching that ball out to maximize his
Late
run.
flag.
Flags and even later flags coming in now here at the halfway line.
Might see Jerry Fagata
Big
with a late push in the back, because all I saw was a Rhinos player. Yep, there it is right there, 74 and 43.
What do you reckon? You think
You see somebody falling forward that way.
I don't know, as a former blocker, I would say that's arguably in the side.
Yeah, it could be. That's a fair point. Did he have his head in front?
Well, what's the age-old saying? Don't block him if you can't see their eyeballs.
Ravens really just content with chipping away. They're not taking any of the deep shots, but I thought they might with the time that we have left in this second quarter.
Stegman has been such a veteran, so it's hard to really pick out where improvements happened, particularly over the back half of his career. One thing that a lot of people probably had a knock on him was that he loved the big play. I think this is showing the maturity of him now, moving into his 30s, of just being happy to take the short play. He can't go broke taking a profit. Currently they have a 17-0 lead. He's seen leads evaporate before on the biggest stage. I think it's a show of maturity here
Personal
from
foul.
the signal caller.
Blindside block, number 84.
Well, the blindside block.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, number 84. Both penalties are assessed. Replay the down.
It was taunting in 84, I think I saw something like that. So one was a blindside block and one was taunting.
So if it is 84, that is Robbie Corkett. And the blindside block.
I think you're right, Ken. Yeah, we definitely noticed a lot of maturity from Steggers, especially from the upsale 86s when he was over in Europe and then over in Asia as well. You're exactly right. Just the short chipping passing game, maybe 20 and under, rather than trying to go for the old school Hail Marys all the time.
I think that comes down to understanding the game. Of course, if a shot's there, you want to take it. But game context, three possession lead. Yep. No need to put your team in jeopardy. Also should mention, of course, the Stegman tours continue. Now recently signed by Istanbul in Turkey. And
I love the fact that he posted, and I think he went out for a kebab with his mum.
He did.
That was hilarious.
Celebrating in style.
Getting marched back big time here, Kenny.
So I think that's some compounding penalties there. We did talk about an unsportsmanlike conduct being added. So that's a fair bit of yardage here, and with under 2 minutes remaining here, it might just be damage control and going into the lead. Let's cast our mind back to week 9. Last play of the half, an intercept was thrown by Toddle, falls into the hands of Dr. Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes runs forward, runs backwards, throws the ball over his head trying to find Chris Clark. Chris Clark then loses the ball forward, and all of a sudden the Rhinos go into the half with another touchdown under their belt by Tom Fenwick. So let's see if they just go into damage control mode here with all this yardage now costed on penalties. We've got a laughable amount of penalty yardage on that last play.
10, 20, 30, 40, 45. It's first and 45, Ken.
Half the field. We are on a 90-yard field. Half the field to go.
Quarterback draw.
Well, let's see. It might even just be a normal draw there with their scat back and Fleming in the backfield. First down and too long to mention. Stegman, quick throw, screen game, Warwick Russell, slice and snag in front of him, loses the ball! The Rhinos have done it again! They've earned possession here inside the final 2 minutes.
Oh, you can't do that, young man.
What's happening
Number 6
here?
for the Rhinos, you can't do that.
Sam James has taken exception to something. He circled around the huddle.
What you've got straight away is Sunbowl. Who's that? 84 for the Rhinos saying, come on, let's go. A little chipping. That's Robbie Corkin. He's not happy about something, but basically for the Rhinos, Sam Bull, I saw there, was physically trying to reef off the players. Is this a catch?
It is. This play, I assume, has to be under review.
Oh, she's a catch, all right.
The football move been made.
Bonesy lost that before the defender got there. He's trying to change hands.
Andrew Calverley there, just forwarding the information signalled by our white hat official. This play is under review. I don't think this is going to be a long one. What do you think?
Definitely not. And no flags from the chippiness.
No. So,
No, I saw Sam Bull there with number 6 physically trying to pick up Ravens players off the pile and reef it. So you cannot reef an opposition player off the pile.
So it looks like that was reviewed very quickly, because here we are. First down, Brisbane Rhinos. Look at this. It trips to the boundary side here. Not unfamiliar for the Brisbane Rhinos. Max Williams and Cole now in at the right slot. Total one-on-one, Cheyenne James, but he goes for Williams! Williams, slot, touchdown! Started the season strong with that. Looks like he's going to tail the end of his season with another one of those.
Great job, Kenny. You swatted it. You said it before. They put the trips to the short side, the wide side. The quarterback for the Rhinos looked at the single side. Chris Clark bailed, saying, you got to throw that. And then the quarterback put his head back and found his tight end there. Great job by the Rhinos.
Let's remind it, that's Toshak at quarterback. 3 starts at quarterback, looking off an experienced safety like Ben Stokes, coming back and beating an experienced linebacker like Matthew Bailey.
Maybe he's got some help from the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Chris Clark will do this if you do that.
He's a pretty smart guy, Sam Harkness. Now, hold the phone. Taking the PAT, not Fenwick, Will Saxby for his first career PAT attempt by my count.
No pressure.
Up and in. All right, change the player, don't change the result. And the PAT, let's take a look at that touchdown again, Coach.
Really nice job on the kick there. Really nice high wedge. Look at that seam. Oh, got bumped in the middle there. The Ravens were either passing off or somebody didn't drop deep enough. But it's a really nice job from the quarterback looking to the single receiver side, thinking that they were going to throw the slant and then coming back to the right. Rhinos just happy to be on the board. I think that Kenny also is a lot of slapping and high-fiving, especially in only a minute 35 to go in the half.
Exactly right. That last possession was the only offensive possession so far for the Bayside Ravens where they haven't come away with points. The Rhinos punished them.
Russell back to receive. Going to go to Bones. Straight at the end zone. And touchback.
Just doing a quick battery check. I was told I might need new batteries in my comms here as we lose Hollywood just for a half second here. Let's change the batteries and welcome back. Welcome back, Hollywood, from that short reprieve.
I just made a really good observation and a great call.
And no one will be there to hear it.
The batteries were gone. I'm not repeating it.
No, you're privy only to myself and the 2 people within earshot. I will say you're a filthy, filthy man.
Almost quarters across the board, Kenny, 4 deep.
Ravens, 90 seconds and change here, remaining in the first half. Back to Russell they go. The face is not with it here for the veteran receiver, originally hailing from the Sunshine Coast. First down.
Nice job of the double slants there, Kenny. You see the two receivers on the left side. One does basically a two-step slant. Bonesy, about a six-step slant. The linebacker's cleared.
How about the Faith going straight back to him after that last fumble?
Yep. They want to drive. They're going fast here.
Down the field they go. It's a beauty. Roy Posey! He's gone. The Ravens answer that last mistake immediately with a touchdown.
Beautiful in stride. Just doing the simple route concept on the right-hand side. Inside slot's doing basically a 5, 6 and out. Receiver on the outside's doing a go. And on the go on the inside of the corner. That's what I like about it. You get a lot of these receivers that try to do a fade route to the outside. He's going to go straight down the middle and straight past the corner. Nice job. And a hell of a throw by Stegler.
Absolute beauty. No wobble in that aerial ball down the field. As pretty as you like. PAT upcoming here.
And I saw the offensive linemen had their hands to touch down the air before the ball was even caught.
Quimby stays perfect. An extra point added to the score. What a turn of events. We had such a methodical first and most of second quarter, and yet with the final 2.5 minutes, we've seen a flurry of points from both teams.
And that's the scary thing too, Kenny. The first quarter testing it out there in a Sunbowl. What are we doing? And then the great job by the Rhinos to come over with the ball down there, score. They think they get momentum. A lot of high-fiving. And then second play in from this, they're just going to take it down the field.
24-7 the score now with just over a minute remaining.
Think of where we were at 1 minute and 38 seconds. Now 1 minute and 6.
We're just making sure that we're all coming good here.
You can't hear me, Dan. It sounds like you're just talking to yourself.
Which happens more often than I'd like to admit. Kick is up, downfield. They've aimed all the kickoffs to the left here. Cheyenne James, it's returnable though. Cheyenne James up the middle and a quick left step juke, and we've got a downed Rhino back at the 40, not moving. Immediate concern on the field here. I'm trying to make out who that is. It could be Tyson Snag. I see 2s on the jersey.
I saw it happen in the middle, but I saw a collision.
He's already down. I'm almost certain it's Tyson Snag.
Great job by the referee. He's recognised it straight away. Look for support.
It must have happened very early. This might be... Yeah, I don't think we're going to capture it on any of our angles here. It's pretty much happened, I think, on the initial contact.
Yeah.
Frontline blocker.
Good job by the players recognising, calling for assistance straight away.
Maybe on the wide, but even then, it's happened quite early in the play here.
We need more front room. It's already happened there. Number 6 and player down where it's double engaged.
Unfortunately, won't be caught on any of our angles here. Obviously focused largely on the ball carrier. But Snag is out and he's out early. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here, and you can see Tyson Snag being carried off in a stretcher. The good news is he's conscious now, and you can see him now, hands around there. They've got the neck brace. They've taken all the precautions possible here with any potential neck or head injury. Haven't got any prognosis for you for anyone tuning in, but they've managed to get him onto a stretcher off the field and awaiting an ambulance. Tyson Snag currently under the care of medical staff. And the game is set to go away. Our thoughts, obviously, for young Tyson and his family watching on both here and on the live stream. Never like to see that happen, do you? You think about Jamal Sinapati back in, I think it was 2013 15, same thing happened to him at the Bayside Ravens.
Absolutely, Kenny. You can see the players coming back on the field. But I just want to give a shout out to the medical team and the referees, because what you guys did see at home while that was happening was just really nice communication and coordination to make sure the ambulance is coming, basically stabilise the young man, and also with the game mechanics. So great job, everybody.
I will confirm with everyone as well, all the angles were looked at during that break. There was nothing that showed what happened, and quite frankly, a lot of people here at the stadium didn't even see what happened. It was in the Bermuda Triangle of angles, unfortunately. Toshak, after this long break, going deep. Max Williams has got it. Now he's lost it. Warburton's got it. Now Warburton heading the other direction. He's looking for blocks. Desbro setting it up for him. Heading down to the Rhinos sideline and eventually out of bounds. What a roller coaster of emotions here for the Rhino supporters.
Number 60 for the Rhinos, looking for a block in the back from number 60 from the Ravens. One of the funnier things I've seen there is number 5 is Chris Clark. Is that correct? For the Ravens? Mm-hmm. He's sitting on the other side of the field signaling first down, and the running back, so that the interceptor has defensive back has started running, and Chris Clark is signaling first down, not seeing the play still continuing.
Indeed, Daniel Warburton, we spoke about him earlier, the young rookie. That starter experience that he got in the middle of the season proving valuable.
You can see number 5 there signaling first down. Go and block somebody, son.
And Ben Stokes initially beaten on the play. I think it actually is the contact from Warburton that forces the fumble there. Going from a Rhinos first down to a turnover.
Ravens number 38 there. In the right place at the right time. And your Warburton just happens to be is that Stokes coming from behind, which lodges. Bit of a sandwich press. Daniel, you can see the ball's out. The ball is out. It's hit his knee. It's hit his knee and just sat right in his lap.
Well, I think
very fortunate for Dan.
Well, we're inside the 2 minutes, and I don't think that makes it challengeable. I think if Sam Harkness had any challenges left, he would have loved to maybe just take a chance there and say that it was incomplete. I'd say that's a pretty clear catch.
They're looking for it. They've just been given the old square. This is a good angle, Kenny. If you watch here, is that Stokes from the right coming in?
Indeed.
There's the ball. It's coming out. It's going to hit Daniel's knee. You can see it stays above. Or did it hit there? What was the call on the field? Was it called an intercept?
Well, there was some penalties on there. We're still waiting for the signal. And we're still waiting for the official sign, but I saw some penalties being declined so far. At halftime, we'll try to work out the mic here from referee Andrew Cavalides so and get that communication going back to the crowd.
He's talking now.
After assessing 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
15-yard unsportsmanlike.
Trying to see which team celebrating. It's the Brisbane Rhinos. Unfortunately, being out and amongst the crowd here this evening means that any chance for us to hear it verbally.
I'm lip reading, Kenny. I'm doing the bad GQ lip reading 2021.
If that's the case, he's just read me his shopping list.
So it looks like we've had an incomplete pass, but on top of that there was unsportsmanlike conduct.
It might have been something to do with some of the behaviour, but the point is, incomplete pass. What a huge turnaround there. Probably sat on emotions there. No turnover on the play. However, first down because of the penalty, so you may as well call that last catch a catch. At the back, miscommunication. Next play, who's going downfield? Who is it? Jack Popo! Jack Popo! For the North Queensland's finest, coming down, pick six, Bayside Ravens. No matter what happens, things seem to be coming up Birdtown.
Wheels on the young man. This thing has no chance. I feel sorry for the quarterback here because this thing is a duck. It goes up, then look, and it's in stride. Got support. Never broke stride to the end zone. Great return.
PAT.
I think it was the X and square button for the extra NOS.
Indeed, he used every single milliliter of it. Quimby. Kick is up. The kick is through. Another point to the margin. Jack Popel, I think it was against the USQ Mustangs in week 2 at Carina, had a pick 6 taken off the board because he was celebrating too early. This time makes every effort to cross the goal line before any celebration happens. Just an overthrow.
Oh, actually, I probably misread there, Kenny, because you get to see the quarterback was trying to throw to the sticks. It's a first down. The receiver didn't even stop and turn.
Well,
Jack had a way better view than anybody else.
this is that run-and-shoot offense run by Sam Marcus, inspired from his time in Hawaii. One of the benefits is you can have multiple different looks. Sometimes you don't know what you're defending, but it requires a receiver and quarterback to be on the same page. That time, not the case. The punishment, pick 6.
And we're still inside the second quarter.
How many points have been scored in the last 2.5 minutes? Cheyenne James through the middle. Don't tell me we're going to add a kick return touchdown. I might just lose it. Into Ravens territory, though, he goes.
Oh, this is better than arena football, where somebody scores every 8 seconds.
Are we playing on a 90-yard field or a 19-yard field with the way we're putting our points right now?
Nice job of James getting up the middle, and then takes us to the outside. There was only 2 Ravens left to tackle him, and they did. That was lucky. Otherwise, James was going to hit that extra gear and get in the end zone. What do you reckon, Kenny? What's the instruction here? Don't throw it. Let's get into halftime, or we're going to take another shot.
No, I feel like their comeback starts now. They're going to get aggressive. They're going to see what they can do to push this ball downfield. 3-by-1. Total on the outside, 1-on-1. That's the target. Total out of bounds, though. So even if he made the catch there, I believe that would have been illegal touching. Incomplete, 16 seconds according to our on-screen clock remaining here in half number 1 in what's been an absolute roller coaster of a final 2 minutes.
Interesting, the QB is actually picking now. He's on the short side and throwing to the short side. I bet he's lost the confidence there.
Tuttle again on his own here, just inside the near side numbers. Wood out here to the left. Delayed handoff, but this time the interior of the defensive line for the Bayside Ravens. It is the head coach, it is the captain, it is the nose tackle that is Jason Leon making the stop.
Just thought he'd do something just before halftime because we haven't really called his name. Way to get on the stats there, coach.
Jason Leon, all of his almost 20 years of experience showing up there.
In true Joe Buck, Troy Aikman style, had the opportunity to talk to Jason Leon.
I did. Did you as well?
Early in the season, just had a bit of a chat about what it's going to be like to be a player coach and taking over the head coach role, and some of the things he might face and some of the adversary things that we might have to do about it. And he's got a pretty good plan. So,
well, what's interesting in my chat with him yesterday, there in the usual Sunbowl pre-chat, he said, one of the biggest worries I have as a head coach moving into the Sunbowl is we really haven't had that much adversity this year. Had rained out trainings, that sucked, but they were proactive about Zoom calls and indoor facilities, and they haven't been behind on the scoreboard at all this season. He was wondering, did we need a punch in the mouth? And he said, fortunately, I believe with the experience we have and some of the painful memories we've carried from seasons past, that's more than enough to handle what we've been through here in 2020.
And that's good reflection.
Taylor with a screen attempt, pass falls incomplete. 4th down.
Classic example of looking down the field before caught the ball.
And that happens when you start the trail in the margin that they have. This was a 2-score deficit less than 2 minutes ago.
Less than 2 minutes ago. And now this 6 seconds will drag out for another minute. Here we go. We got the trips to the short side. Are we going to go hail?
As well. Are they just going to try and run this 6 seconds out? Taylor, they run the same play. It's a bit of a hook and ladder. Max Williams eventually ends up with the ball. Did he get out of bounds before that clock ended? Matt Bailey He's signaling first down. It's academic because he didn't get the yardage. The question
big 68 getting involved with the yellow helmet for the Rhinos.
10 yellow.
Who's coming in late? Oh, there's a punch. There's a punch thrown by 23, red.
We'll see if we can get another look there, and that's supposed to be the leader in Cheyenne James. Looking back at week 3, Cheyenne James was the one involved with Darius Holder-Miller that led to him being ejected. Knows how to get under the skin. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last play here of half number 1 after that scare to Tyson snag. We've got halftime here, and what was a reasonably close game about 2 minutes and 30 seconds ago has now blown out here. It will be one heck of a job here for the Brisbane Rhinos in half number 2. The Bayside Ravens are the only people in their way here of running out a title here and a potential 3-peat. Halftime here, Sunbowl 37, Kenny Andres, John Hollywood Rowe. Stick with us. An exciting second half on the other end of halftime. Gentlemen, welcome back to Sunbowl 37, hosted here at East Rugby Union Club. Not for the first time here, we step back into memory lane about the history of Gridiron Queensland here at East Rugby Union. Fortunately, no streakers to report here. But what we do have is a very big meal on the plate here for the Brisbane Rhinos to try and devour if they are a chance of making the miracle comeback. This is no less than a New England Patriots,
Be out of bounds.
Atlanta Falcons effort needed here to come back. Kick out of bounds probably doesn't
Not the best start. No, Kenny, that's right. That was interesting, Kenny. Basically, we got the call there. It was 2 minutes to go, and I did not see the Brisbane Rhinos warm up at all. I watched the Ravens on the other side. That's how we knew we were sort of coming up to the end of half time. But the Rhinos pretty much just stood around the sideline and had a chat. And so let's see who's good and who's ready to go.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, though. I guess when you're trailing right now, Sam Harkness feels like the priority he needs to give is mentally. And he felt like an extra chat was needed with the Bayside Ravens, get to enjoy the benefit of saying, hey, let's keep doing what we're doing. Everyone get your bodies right.
That's exactly right, King. Exactly right. So re-kicking again.
31-7, your halftime score. The Ravens, feeling confident, opt to take a re-kick here, with the kickoff now being pushed back to the 25.
And as you can hear, the turkey squabbles in the background. A great crowd here tonight in the grandstand and out on the field. A lovely Queensland evening.
Riley Wood kicking this off here to restart the second half. Warwick Russell now. I thought there might have been a potential reverse. Warwick Russell into the open field. Warwick Russell breaking tackles. Warwick Russell taken down right after the halfway line. A wonderful open field tackle. I think that was by Nate Ashton Miles.
Nate Ashton Miles, great tackle, young man. Bonesy, I thought he was definitely tackled there, but he just got out of it.
Look at that wide
right up the middle.
Beautifully, it presents what happened. Coming back to live though, ran out of time. First down and 10. The rich get richer here with that field position. Mitchell Bessie getting an opportunity to rotate through the styles now. Good to see the young wide receiver get some time. As does Sam James.
Bessie's just getting old.
On the right side. Jared Stegman. Farah's back in the game. Pushing that pile and starts first down with a 4 to 5 yard gain and makes it a nice tantalising second down here for Jared Stegman.
Rhinos come out and look like big quarters across the field in the defence. So the Ravens have gone the run. This will be interesting what they do here. Kenny, are they just going to stick? You think just stick to the game plan and run and throw a couple, or are they going to put the foot in and just try and kill it?
I don't know. I think there's a part of Jared Stegman that wants to bomb downfield, but maybe flashbacks from Nam here as he sees
he's keeping it
dwindle. A big pump fake. And that earns him a first down and gets him inside the Rhinos 30.
And the signal.
He's feeling confident. We had a barricade set up here to the left of us on the booth, ruined by Kyle Reynolds, and now it's a free-for-all for everyone to get through the left-hand side here.
Good security.
I digress. Just venting my frustrations on it. First down and 10. Today for Stegman, just gets richer and richer as he adds some yards on the ground there. First down and 10. Farah in the backfield. I think that's Corkett at tight end. No tight ends. It's Julian Martinez Bowles now repping in at left guard. Pulls out there and leads the front there for Farah.
You call the Kenny, big number 76. Pulled out, led the way.
Former Wildcat turned Bayside Raven. Then on his back of his academic merits, found himself going to high school. He played high school football over at Iowa.
Oh, wow. Nice job there. Congratulations. That's second and about a long 7.
Just double check. Yeah, Iowa City Regina Royals. Or Regals, perhaps.
A pump and go.
Here he goes. Open receiver. Maybe Cheyenne James. His experience shining through. Thought they had cork it deep. Cheyenne James didn't fall for the pump, and if he did, he had the speed to make up for it.
No, you could see, I think it was Bones was doing the smoke scrap, and basically then there was a pump to that, and then Corkett had it. I think it just went through his hands. It was a beautifully thrown ball. I could be completely wrong on the replay, but
nevertheless,
it was in stride.
Incomplete pass here.
Good play call.
Down conversion ahead here now for the Bayside Ravens. Boasting a 31-7 lead here early in the third. Third down, ball around the Rhinos 30, stepping up the pocket. Stegman to Bessie. Several different years, a few different clubs. The connection still stands.
Was it Recepticons?
Yep.
Back in the day, Stegatron. Rubber Band Bessie makes a lot of those catches. You can see tall, rangy fella, ex-Australian outback receiver.
Last time he played for the Outback, we were talking about combined numbers. He said he ran a 4.6. Still think he clocks that nowadays?
No, because he's a dad now, so maybe 4.65, maybe 4.65. But still very rangy, and as I said, rubber band man, he can contort his body to make those catches.
Reverse pivot, play action pass, a player down around the middle of the field, touchdown Ravens. Which tight end? It's Robbie Corkett.
Nice job of Corkett. Originally with Corkett, I think it was him and Bones in the same area, and it wasn't looking good, but Corkett just slammed on the brakes. And I think Stegman's done an underhand pitch. You can see there, it doesn't look good. And exactly, Stegman's done the throw.
Flick of the wrist there.
This will be a better view.
Penalty markers are down. I don't know where. I think it's the near side sideline around where the Rhinos are. I don't know what happened to that Rhino player that's fallen over. I don't see a blocker in sight. I don't know if he just got misstepped. Oh, well, it's against the Ravens because they've marked it back. Andrew Cavalier allegedly turned his PA system back on, but hasn't addressed the crowd. Hopefully get that sorted soon.
Okay, we'll call that one an unsolved mystery.
Nevertheless, it's against Birdtown. 31-7, the score remains. Stegman. Reverse pivot, this time an actual handoff to Farah. Farah falling forward and getting a good chunk of that penalty yardage back.
They're setting that play up nicely. Done a couple of those and a couple of pitch outs, and Stegman kept it on the last one after the fake pitch, and now they've decided to give it to him.
It's a really deliberate fake, isn't it? Or motion, shall we say.
And I do love the reverse pivot. It's a great play for the QB. It does keep the defense has to keep guessing.
Bessie in the right slot against Sunbowl. Match up in many people's eyes. Slant for Bessie. Over the top, Sammy the Hammy James. Thinks he's got a touchdown. I can't see a signal.
I've got the referee on the far side standing there.
The deep referee was getting ready to signal touchdown, but the referee at the goal line kept those arms down.
No, he's short.
Believes he was short.
Another one of those really nice double slant routes. You got Bessie on the inside. Again, basically we saw Bones before doing a 3-step slant to hold that safety. And if the safety stays with Bessie, then the Steggers is going to go to the receiver, number one receiver. Playbook's open here.
Oh, the banter here at East Rugby Union. Third down and goal. Farah in the backfield, Sam James. Not quite a touchdown last play. He's here at near side, right side wide receiver.
Tight end to the right.
Will they go to cork it? No, they shan't. Thought he had a touchdown a couple plays ago. This one goes through his hands. We've got 4th down here. Are they going to send out Quimby in the field goal unit?
You're killing me here. You're this far out. You've got the big boy in the backfield. Just run it. It's like Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. Just run it. It does take me back, Kenny, for the Sun Devils, when I did have Tommy Corwin go under centre, and he really hadn't been under centre for pretty much most of his college career.
College career, indeed.
Like, this is one of those opportunities where you're only a yard out. You get under centre. Why are you still in the shotgun? If this is where you live, this is where you live.
Well, look for Farah. And Stegman checking. Going under centre? No. Just having a chat with his centre. Returns back to the pistol. Pitches. Farah untouched over the goal line.
Great call.
The Ravens add another.
Love the speed option, especially around the goal line. One of my favourite calls. Stock standard speed option. The defensive end crashes, which he did. You just pitch it out to the running back. Touchdown. Nice job.
Farah's second touchdown of the evening. Had the opening score, has the current touchdown. And doing a good job filling some very big boots at running back here in Birdtown. Kick is up, kick is away, and I think back to one of the chats I had with Sam Harkness, and he said, it's obviously an uphill climb. I have all the confidence in the world in my team, but if we're going to win this, we need to make this a defensive slug out.
Yep.
If this gets into a shootout, we're in trouble. We don't have a lot of our offensive starters we started the season with. We can't afford to get into a shootout because that is going to be a tough ask. Lo and behold, look what's happened. And look, that's the current result.
Well, they've done well, but for me, is we haven't seen the big number 3 for the Rhinos since they were riding him, and he's been off the field. I think he's out of pads on the sideline down there. I think he's out of pads, and the running game hasn't happened since he's left.
So Bayside Ravens still in their sprinter stance. Everyone on side. Sam James legs this down to Cheyam James. James cut stepping, finding room, and how about all returners today just threatening to take it back to the house?
Absolutely, and that's what you want from a good. I mean, up to the 30 is a great return, but it's one of those things where you can they start to get stride, and it's like, oh, they're going to break it, but somebody's made a shoestring tackle.
Cheyam James, such a dynamic player in Gridiron Queensland since he's jumped in. He started his career at wide receiver, coming over from basketball. Joined Stegman over at the upside.
Yeah, that was great to watch him play over there.
And that was such a huge jump in his confidence and ability. He really became a Queensland All-Star after that time.
I mean, fun fact, I'll be honest with you, I didn't pick him for the Sun Devils. I didn't think he was that great at the time, and then went overseas and just blew it up, which was great.
Has been on everyone's defensive game sheet. Of course, flip to the dark side now at safety. And another run. Up the middle, the Rhinos just trying to generate some sort of offense.
You're right there, Ken. Look, to be honest, it'd be some sort of offense just to continually get first downs and keep the ball out of the Ravens' hands.
Jack Cabwell came in under a questionable, now even doubtful cloud. Here he is out at right defensive end.
Not even covering the number 3 receiver, who maybe false started, but they're looking for him too.
Oh, and Toshak wanted him. Cole expected that a little later.
Adam Cole just had the nice little 5-out route, but he was actually being covered by the safety who was 15 yards deep, and that's why they went with the quick 5-and-out. But the QB just off target.
Got to say, I think it was a right read there from Todd.
Oh, absolutely.
He wanted to get the ball out quickly, understanding the space and leverage. Cole looked a little bit too late, and that one goes missing. 3rd down, 4 yards needed. Under 7 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Ravens, as And now have
He's got
Camargo to deal with. Lost the ball. Ravens on top of it. And a signal out. First down, Ravens. Can I say at this point, for the Rhinos, I feel from every time it feels like they get something productive, not only a play later, it feels like fate takes it away from them.
Absolutely.
Fate right now is dressed in purple and white.
Exactly right. I thought he got the first down, and where did he fumble the ball? Because he's got the first down. There it is, the ball's out there.
I'm trying to figure out which player is that. Is that Chris Clark? That it is. Isn't he a playmaker?
Nice job by the Ravens there.
So, what was supposed to be a first down for the Brisbane Rhinos ends up in a fumble and recovery here for the Bayside Ravens. Up the middle they go. Is that Fleming in the jersey number 20, the rookie running back?
Really nice job from the Ravens offensive line there. Stegman calling out who they're identifying as Mike Backer and then adjusting the blocking schemes accordingly. Really nice job by that line. There we go. Nice trap pull there by the left tackle, I think it was.
Julian Wilmington.
Oh, AVB.
Indeed.
Good
First
job
down.
there.
There he is again at left tackle. A keeper here for Jerry Stegman. Pitches it. I personally think he could have kept it. And Fleming picks up plenty of yardage regardless.
Well, it's either soft or unselfish. We'll go with unselfish. Maybe Steger's thinking about the career overseas, just putting his body on ice there. You're totally right, because the defender had a blocker there. Could have kept it, but wanted to give it to his teammate.
I think they tried to take advantage of the inexperience of Savellino. They're such a damaging player off the edge. As I said, caused trouble for the Ravens back in week 9. They ran speed option there to isolate him and try to take advantage. Now it's the experienced James Calishaw out in that left edge. Keeper here, throwing back to the other side.
Bessie's got the setup block.
Who's that? Is that Mitchell Bessie shot? It looks like Lachlan Amore to me.
No, but Bessie threw a great block.
That he did.
This is a long time to set up here. Really a big throw. Oh, my bad, sorry. I think it was Robbie Corkett.
Robbie Corkett
throwing a very nice block on the edge.
Dragon. And this is a big game for Amore.
Oh, Braden Quinn, my bad, Braden Quinn.
Doesn't he come leaps and bounds?
Oh, I remember that kid. I remember the Jerry Curl, the ginger Jerry Curl kid. And heart of gold and just would not quit. Wanted to learn, and look where he is now.
Mother Terry, so proud of him. Always gives me a smile every time I come across it.
And he grew up.
Yes, he did.
It's like, where did that height come from?
38-7. Here in the red zone, the Bayside Ravens. 3-step drop, Stegman looks for the wheel route. Fleming thought he had it, couldn't hold on to it.
I like the concept, Kenny. Steggers waited till he cleared that down linebacker, then tried to hit him in the next window. But I think the safety over top was almost going to decapitate him. So throw it now, but all of a sudden here comes the next safety.
Watch Will Saxby, number 38, here in the red zone. Has 2 pick sixes this season, all on stream as well. Has been known to jump any short routes. If the Ravens come here and run anything like a stick or whatnot, that's something that Will Saxby specializes in sniffing out.
Spreading him right out to the right side there, Kenny, on the left hash. Trips to the right and very wide spread.
More in the middle of this split. Troy Posey with 2 touchdowns. Here, the most widest of those. They'll go to Fleming. Loses his footing behind the line of scrimmage. Eliesa Kailahi with good penetration on that play. Brings up 3rd down.
Nice to see Big Jerry from the Ravens there. Offensive lineman number 74. Continuing that block into the end zone. That's what you want to see out of your offensive lineman.
Kailahi and Four Molly making up the interior of this Rhinos front. Empty backfield. No, check that. Fleming's in there. Will they give it? No, he'll be used to protect. Looking for Amore. Amore has it, lost it. Incomplete pass. It was not, in fact, Amore.
Really nice little concept here of it's almost a pick. You won't see it off this angle, but you'll see it roll to the side. Yeah, look at it. just a hinge blocking on the back there. Oh, couldn't come away with it. Great pass was perfect. Down to the only spot Lockie could get it.
Big game for Lockie and more. He was in that junior program with Sean Ralph, as we discussed earlier in the game, the anniversary of his passing just yesterday now, so he's obviously looking to have a huge game for his former teammate.
I think Lockie's done a really good job coming along leaps and bounds since the Outback camp.
Missed out due to injury and obviously all the things that came with.
Oh, that lit a fire on his butt.
Didn't adjust. Fake pitch. Looking over the middle. Warwick Russell one-on-one in the end zone. Often leads to 6 points. Ladies and gentlemen, that was no exception.
I really feel that Bones' best ever route is this route. It's just a perfect to the corner. Could be Bones corner. That's what we call it.
I think that's what we call that, the Bone Zone.
The Bone Zone. But his corner routes are just sensational. And the quarterbacks can get it over the top and just in the right spot. There's not much of him, and he's not very tall, but he gets there.
Up, kick is through. Perfect day in the boot here. That time for Warwick Russell.
It's a 7-pointer for Warwick Russell.
Indeed it is. I think it was in that week 3 matchup perhaps. I can't remember exactly. It was one of the first 3 Ravens games where he can...
Really nice.
What goes into making such a perfect corner now?
It's just a nice post corner, knowing where the break is. But Steggers, that's what I love about using landmarks. So you can see the corner pylon. You just got to put it up. It's just the height that gets over there, and it's just the timing route. Because Bones, as we said, Bones has been running slant, and now it's slant corner.
Warwick Russell in one of those earlier games contributed almost 30 points to the scoreline between his field goals, PATs, and like 5 touchdowns.
Crowd on their feet here, Kenny. The Ravens section right in front of us.
Well, Quimby now being the lead kickoff man. Sam James getting a...
There's the foot in the ground. That's what we want to see.
Trying to split the defenders over the top. Lucas Tumoana underneath. Can't quite make it out, but we've got a Raven down.
CJ with a nice return out to about the 35-yard line.
Can't make out which...
Foot in the ground, nice job.
Might be Desbro or possibly Warburton. 38 it is Warburton. So that's twice now on kickoffs. We've had injuries.
Yeah. Well, especially there's been a lot of kickoffs.
There's Jason.
CJ will be having some yards tonight, that's for sure.
His all-purpose yardage is pretty impressive right now. Also operating as the team's emergency quarterback.
Fun fact, Kenny, I was talking with Christian McCarthy. He's here, Carts is here before, and it's 10 years since the 2011 Australian Outback Austria trip, the World Cup. And the reason I bring that up is you'll notice the players down. So we're playing against, I think it might have been Austria, in Austria. It's about 45,000 crowd. And when a player goes down, they start a slow hand clap.
Really?
And it's encouragement for the player to get up. And it's like one of the strange, we take a knee in America and Australia, and I think Canada as well, they take a knee. But in Austria, they actually get a very slow hand clap to encourage the player to get up. This is one of the fascinating things I found playing over there.
I appreciate the sentiment. I couldn't imagine the pressure of being a medical staff there as you're looking over the
My
player.
shoulder is out of the joint, but I'll get up anyway.
But speaking about the Austria trip, a couple of those players I've seen floating around. Christian Tankles McCarty, I saw floating around. He played linebacker / nickel, I think.
Number 8 jersey. And the other great thing the Austrians do over in Europe for the game is they know the words to Sweet Caroline.
Stop it. Who doesn't know
Neil Diamond.
You could go to North Korea
it's the biggest thing.
Find people singing along to Neil Diamond. I'm a little disappointed we don't have a plane here. I'll be honest, I've got to speak to Luffy, the DJ here. See if we can get Sweet Caroline playing.
And a fun fact too on that tour is Adam Gotsis. was our, I think, left tackle.
And now he is starting
on the offensive line.
In the NFL.
They moved on from the Denver Broncos and
the Georgia Tech,
Denver Broncos, and now to Jacksonville Jaguars.
Probably a shining light of that Jacksonville Jaguars, I guess.
Really, I'm so happy for him. I had to speak to him a couple of times on Instagram, but basically really happy for that. He's left Denver and went to Jacksonville and got a lovely family, a lovely house, and just loving life down there at the moment.
Good for him.
Got some massive tattoos in the last couple of months. He's almost got a full upper body.
Well, NFL contracts come with a fair bit of money and a fair bit of expendable income.
But I must also say it's great. He does post a lot of dad images of playing with the kids. It's very cute to see. Big shout out to Adam over in the USA.
We are going through a bit of a long stoppage here, much like, speaking of NFL defensive players and defensive linemen, just on picture there you can see big Jesse Williams, former Seattle Seahawk, Alabama nose tackle, which in my opinion is probably more impressive, a national championship with Alabama. And it's been wonderful to see him walk back into Birdtown and be a part there.
I remember watching the other night, Kenny, was you were calling the game, and I think you said something like, "You'll recognise the man in the yellow cap." It's Jesse Williams. It's like, oh, Jesse.
There you go. And back today, started in I think some family.
It is great to see him back, because I know he's been very, very busy with his own business and family and things like that.
Of course, a couple of kids now, and
I want to give a shout out to him as well. All the great work he's been doing, I think, with the youth at the moment around violence and things like that.
Yeah, he has, especially
and
with
Queensland Police and.
Big clap there as Warburton has stepped up and seems to be clear of his injury. And the good sign is he is walking off, no cart needed this time around.
Yeah, that is good.
So, both teams returning to the field now after a little extended break. 45-7 the score here in Sunbowl 37. Jack Cabral, ankle injury seems to be okay. It doesn't even look like that ankle's strapped, so must be feeling it pretty good. A few people rotating in now for the Bayside Ravens. Josh Perrin in at cornerback. Another delay here. This is what they found so much success with in the first quarter. Riley Wood taking out at the end of that run.
I thought they looked like they got their face masks together. That's why they're a little slow getting up. But yeah, it looks like they're stuck right there. The face grills are stuck.
Seen it in the NFL. Two players having to somehow take the helmets off simultaneously. Taking under 3 minutes now.
Oh well, we've seen runs, we've seen passes, we've seen face grills stuck. We just need an animal of some sort.
I will remind everyone here, we are beyond a 35-point margin, so the clock will move a little bit faster.
Cool.
Cheyam James in motion, now coming back to his position of origin, a wide receiver. Over the middle, he'll go, will Toshak hit him? He will try, and he succeeds. Cheyam James of old, converting for a first down and plenty more.
Appreciate the effort. Matty Bailey trying to cover CJ. Motions across, and he's going to do a nice little drag route. Outruns Matty Bailey.
That's a matchup. No disrespect to Matthew Bailey. That is a matchup you will take every day of the week.
It is so great, Kenny, to see a lot of these players still playing. I had the opportunity to coach the Ravens, I think, in 2014, 2015. And it's great to see some of the familiar names.
Toshak under pressure, gets the ball out. Intercepted. Dr. Ben Stokes. Will he pitch it? I think he's keeping the ball under his arm here. And it's an attempted pitch. The man is giving me fits. Down the ball, he's down there at the 15, and a few Rhinos down with cramp.
Is that something they do in Rockhampton? They just try and lateral the ball?
No, apparently that's something they do down in Victoria. Pete Brewer's pick and pitch defense. And that's Jared Toshak trying to make a play here late in the game, trolling.
You can see he tries to pitch, the hands are out there.
Between him and Chris Clark, both of them, if one picks it, the other one gets behind, and instead of blocking, makes himself available.
I think he was trying to pitch it to Andrew Farlow there.
Farlow with, those who might have watched Sunbowl's past of the Ravens, Farlow looking at a very different shape nowadays. Dropped a lot of weight over the years. So here comes back Jared Stegman. Play action pass under pressure. Spins out of that.
Flags down.
Fakes, and it will be taken down. Ball comes out. Penalty mark is down at the 10.
We've got flags back at the original line of scrimmage. Might have a hold. Stegman looking to the right. Didn't see what he liked there.
Ooh, popped a shot. I think that was that a live ball?
I don't know, but
the offensive for the Rhinos are coming out. I think Stegman might have lost this.
Because it looked like, was there a shot across the head?
Number 53 on the offense. That penalty is declined.
First down Rhinos.
There it is. I think, based on that last replay we saw, I think that's a clean turnover. And that's Jared Stegman's first mistake of the evening.
I think where the key is here, Kenny, have a look at the hitter. Because it's going to come across the head and the top of the arm. So coming around now. So you can see it's almost a shot to the head with the forearm.
And obviously in today's game, comes under certain targeting rules, but the officials deem it to be legal.
Okay.
And the fumble stands and the Rhinos have a chance.
Yep.
The best chance they've had in some time to add some points to the scoreboard.
Way back in the first quarter.
Spread formation, a handoff to Wood. Wood takes it a little closer to the goal line.
Just looking here for the call. The coach on the sideline, love the hand signals.
Coach Sam Harkness in his first year at head coach, making a Sunbowl at 25 years old. In charge of pretty much largely the whole
Child
team.
prodigy. Child genius.
Well, you could argue that man had no playing experience and now leading the Sunbowl birthed team here.
Trips to the short side.
Last time they went this way, Max Williams scored from the slot. They'll give back to Wood. Can't find a whole lot of space this time. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Ravens just better watch themselves being a bit keen here. There's no offsides. There's no movement, no penetration there for the running back.
Can't be far away from the change of quarter, if we're honest. By our clock, under a minute. Don't know if they failed to change. I thought it'd be 3rd and goal here.
Here we go, Kenny.
According to the down marker, 2nd and goal.
Is it 2nd?
I thought it was 3rd.
I thought it was 3rd. It should be 3rd.
But, well, almost a quick start
There's
here.
your speed option. He's going to stretch him.
It's a big shot whilst trying to get the ball over. And he's down.
Yes, he's not well.
Head coach Jason Lund immediately checking in on his opposition.
That's a big pile. There's a lot of beef there.
Let's see who's down there. I think that might be
It's a shoulder. Looks like he's fell on that shoulder too.
Adenil Thompson who landed on top of him. That's a whole lot of men.
Brian, it's 4th down. The crowd agreeing with us. I like that. That's very good.
The old missing down.
It's the 3rd quarter missing down.
Third down. And
This
goal.
will be interesting, Kenny. So is this, you're telling me CJ's the backup?
He is. Unless, of course, Bradford, who I don't see kitted up today, wants to step back in. As I said, let's go through the quarterback journey that's been started with Mitch Bradford, big preseason offense. He broke his, had a lower leg injury, thought it was a hip initially.
Oh, wow.
Then Riley Dix played most of the season, ended up breaking his wrist a few weeks ago. Jared Toshak forced to step in. At one point, Sunbowl played at quarterback, given his Cairns Falcons experience. And also in that game where Bradford got injured, Riley Dix also got nicked up as well. So Calder Shanks had to return to his quarterback days and play a few plays at quarterback. Cheyenne James made that quarterback number 6.
Wow, that's so like, when does the music stop for musical chairs?
Exactly, and speaking of
QB
which,
is up.
well, Cheyenne James is stepping into the huddle, but as a receiver or quarterback, that is the question.
Coming off of one play, maybe.
Well, it looks like he'll be in a quarterback. Toshak coming to the sideline.
This could be a bit more dangerous, Kenny. We know what CJs are capable of. This probably gives them a little bit of a change-up.
Is that Sunbowl? They've gone back to their week 6 starter, I believe. Maybe week 7. Sunbowl.
Oh, yes.
North Queensland in the building.
Is he just going to try and find CJ on a slant?
CJ's out there at wide receiver.
He's cold.
Ball pitches almost to Max Williams. Pass incomplete. Well, as I said, I don't know. There was a situation here. We've got a challenge flag, but what for? I'm going to laugh if they're challenging the down count.
It's the 5th down. Great call from the crowd there. It's the 5th down. It's the mysterious down.
And unfortunately, our PA system for the officials is busted. So,
referee's timeout.
But it's the Rhinos sideline who did throw the sideline, not the Ravens. So I don't think the Rhinos will be challenging for a situation there. So perhaps they've thought they've seen a penalty here. Maybe they want pass interference.
Okay.
As I learnt in the junior Sunbowl, if it's in the act of a would-be scoring play, it's reviewable.
Right. Here we go.
I might for a second. I'll get you to spiel there, Hollywood, and let me get some intel.
No worries.
Challenged.
Well, we do, as Kenny said, we do have the referee mic'd up. He's just not choosing to turn it on, or if he's got on mute or something like that. But we're having a look there. That's a good camera angle on that one there. We're not sure if they're challenging pass interference. Not sure if challenging the down. Kenny's got the scoop.
So it looks like the Rhinos are seeking a defensive pass interference.
We can go back to that last replay. It was just shown there. That's probably the better one.
I don't know if I see it.
And they did, yeah, I'm not sure what we're looking for. But then that brings us to Kenny, the 4th down.
I'm trying to get a clear signal there. We are on 4th down.
For the call. We're right, aren't we, Kenny? It's 5th down.
Listen, it took me a while to get past 2nd grade, but I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3 was followed by 4. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the 3rd quarter as the two teams take the long jog here, and I think we'll be in for a condensed 4th quarter here in Sunbowl 37. The Ravens with a resounding lead here, and by all rights, certainly en route to their 3rd straight Sunbowl championship. Sunbowl remains in at quarterback. Charlie Wood in the backfield to Taylor. Lockie Taylor, who's been on a good streak of touchdowns over the last few games. He is at right wide receiver. Look for a one-on-one, but they'll go speed option to Wood. Wood fumbles it. I would have assumed it was a backward play, meaning that has to be a fumble and recovery, but they'll call incomplete pass. And Peter Brewer looks to be down here for the Bayside Ravens.
Kenny, I love the fact that we're all Gridiron community in communication. I want to give a shout out to Darren Tiny Mitchell down there in New South Wales.
Oh, nice, Darren Mitchell.
And we missed the penalty for offside.
Did we now? There
we did,
go.
and that was the case why we thought there was.
Yep, just getting that update from Hugh Kugoa, head referee, Mark Louis putting us in our place. There was.
Yeah, all right. Don't, look, we acknowledge we messed up once. I don't need 6 people telling me that we messed up.
We're nothing without a PA system, apparently. So there was a defensive offside, meaning the down was replayed. So the dad squad here to the right of us also incorrect. The downs were correct.
But no, hey, shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to Tiny. Great that you're watching there. Happy Saturday night. Mark Louis, great stuff.
Pete Brewer being chaired off the field here. Don't think that's going to stop his right arm from having quite the workout after tonight. First down, Ravens.
Here we go. What's that, Kenny? About the 3?
They're operating from, yes, definitely inside their own 5. Looks to be about the 3.
Oh, we've had a double whistle.
Got a official's timeout. And one of the officials in the wrong place.
I thought we were going in.
Reminder that the Ravens are on offense now, and the back charge returns to the spot. I think that's Chris Emery. A run now. And we'll see if Liam Lips Reeves, last year's Sunbowl presenter, will get some snaps here moving into the fourth quarter. Jared Stegman very much.
Oh, just got hold of that ball too.
Calls for Liam Lips Reeves being called here from the crowd.
Yeah, I think the Ravens have got the power just to get out of their own red zone, so to speak.
Reverse.
Oh, that was almost missed.
Flamboyant, but almost unsuccessful. But Farrell does the rest.
Nearly a little bit of a mix-up in communication in the backfield there. Steggers on the reverse pivot. Almost not a clean handoff. This will be a good angle. I like it how they can mix that in with Stegger's reverse pivot toss. And it looks like they're going to take a step out to the right with the toss, and all of a sudden the running back puts their right foot in the ground and it's a counter play coming back through the middle. Nice job.
First down now here following that Farrah run. Will they go back to Fleming? No, quick pass to the outside. Regan Webb. GQ Jesus getting on the stat sheet here in Sunbowl 37.
Well, I mean, the fact that Steggers has had to throw that has just proved to me that we have diversity quotas in Gridiron Queensland. Way to go, senior citizen. Nice job.
There he is. You got the surprise not to see him in the Ghost game earlier, actually.
You got the senior citizen parking out the front. Regan Webb has got our first senior citizen catch. No, I love Regan. I mean, we've been mates for a long time. Even came to the Hawaii trip for 2012. It's great to see him still playing.
Second down. Early start from 4 more.
Free play.
Going deep to
Bessie.
Mitchell Bessie. He said he might be running a 4.65 nowadays. Maybe 4.6 Bessie would have called that.
Bessie actually slowed up. Great call from the crowd there. Your mum's watching. But no, Bessie slowed up with that, but the Steggers has just hiked it, but great little free play there. I'll tell you a bit, Kenny, it's been a great Sunbowl. I mean, I can just smell pizza. I mean, we've had some great food vans here. Brooklyn's finest hot dogs, pizza, coffee. We've got the bar here from the east from the club. It's been a great day.
Another carrier there, seeing it out. Fleming.
And something set up then. We had two offensive linemen screaming downfield to go get a block on the secondary. Oh, that was interesting.
Block. Not stopping for a whole lot here.
Nope. Here we go, streaker! We got a streaker!
History repeats itself here in Gridiron Queensland.
Oh, that's gonna hurt! Oh! So we've had a. He's still going up the street.
He's down Halifax Street.
Ladies and gentlemen, play by play. We've had a tall Caucasian man in white sneakers, and that's all he had on. Streak from the Rhinos sideline, across to the Bayside Ravens sideline, and over the fence and up the street.
Back in the 80s, as we said, this happened. Back in the FGL Q days. Happened again here in Gridiron Queensland. 2021, Sunbowl 37, Fleming advancing the ball here on second down.
And I dare say it was an office worker because there was no visible tan line. There was no visible tan line. It was almost like Snow White. Really nice play design there, Kenny. On that one, it was faking the reverse and then giving the pitch out to the right. That's a nice little play. Third down and about 8.
Third down now. They need about 8 if they're going to keep this drive alive. Stegman sending a few people deep. That's Posey. Posey with the first down catch. He's had a great day through the air, hasn't he?
I was about to say there's a flag down, but no, it's somebody's yellow shoes. Rhino seemed to think that was out of bounds. The refs are having a chat. The Ravens sideline giving the completed catch signal, and the Rhinos saying no. Got a timeout. Water break coming on the fields.
The Rhinos, you can see the urge is starting to pick up now. There's a lot of players in this red, black, and pewter unit that is refusing.
Oh, that's close. They're going to the review. They want to have a look. Where is this? Oh. No. Forward. Great arm action by Stegman there, love it. Let's have a look here. Oh, that's a toe drag swag. Ooh. I think the back foot that was still planted on the ground when they caught it could be there. Difficult angle, Kenny, because we are on completely the opposite side of the field.
And that it is Jared Stegman, continuing a very strong night through the air, though. Again, only pushed the ball downfield when he felt like he needed to, and it was a good shot. Otherwise, been more than happy to take what's underneath.
Still having a look.
Jeremy Cowles certainly believes.
Referee still standing in the middle of the field, waiting for confirmation. Do we have a catch? Taking the time, they want to make sure they get it right.
So just looking back at some of our match facts here today. Hollywood Road, this is unfortunately another one here for Joe Tuamovalve. It was there in 2005 when the Runners did get over the hump 5 years after forming. And they were going to say that was an incomplete pass, 4th down Ravens.
Okay.
Joe T.
Incomplete.
Was the only existing player there in the 2005 Sunbowl Championship, and unfortunately has been part of the team for all the losses in between.
All right, 4th and 8.5.
Fourth down. Plenty, and looks like Sam James is actually near the punt in this evening.
They are showing punt. Rhinos not sure what they're doing. We've got a Rhinos player running forward and backwards. They haven't seen the punt formation all night.
And here goes Sam James, who's been dangerous in the kickoff game. Sam James takes a huddle and shanks the ball. And that goes out at least into Rhinos territory.
That had that was a torpedo. That had a lot of spin on it. A lot of spin.
Actually, a bit of a spoil for riches in the kicking department of the Bayside Ravens. Sam James, Rob Quimby, also Warwick Bones Russell, and usually Mitch Bessie, who unfortunately due to a certain injury that gets affected when he goes in the full extension of the kick, means that he had to give up kicking duties.
It's a long leg.
It is a very long
got
leg.
a long leg. But yeah, the kicker was cold there. On the chappy roll, we call it a little roll out, a little chappy roll.
Shout out to the Chapman tuning in from wherever you may be watching.
Probably on the beach somewhere on the Sunshine Coast, watching via a tablet.
1st and goal. I like this. Toshak wants emergency. Ignoring the scoreboard. Toddles here at the left slot. Max Williams with an interesting step, but it's Camargo on the screen to try and get things going. Grabs a few yards on that 1st down pass play.
Nice little play. All of a sudden you're realising the defensive lineman's coming through deliberately. It's a screen.
Jared
Punch
Toshak
once and get beat.
has had to succumb and tried to run it out here. Obviously Sam Bull has been the quarterback for the last few drives. Toshak tried his best there, jumped in a quarterback, immediately succumbed to an injury. Signaled he wasn't good to go. Sam Bull's back out of quarterback.
A lot of changes here on the Rhinos, Kenny. They're running left, right, centre. Not sure if they're getting the call in quick enough.
Bull with Wood. Sam Bull looking normal, natural at quarterback. Oh, trying to get it to Lockie Taylor, who tried to one-hand it. Couldn't bring it in.
Really, best job of the night so far from the Rhinos quarterback. Love the way he steps up in the pocket. A lot of confidence. Look at this. Just take one step back, step up. Great throw. Got to catch it. Really nice job by the QB. That's one of the best ones I've seen him do tonight.
3rd down. They need about 6, maybe a short 7.
They've shown they can do it, Kenny. They've just got to complete it.
The execution has been up and down at best, unfortunately, for Brisbane. Camargo with
Ravens
a quick
back
play
in the
action.
zone.
And it's Joel Maddock getting in for the sack. The former Division 1 Central Connecticut player there, and Lucas Tumoana succumbing to an injury, limping to the sideline quickly.
Really nice job by Joel, but yeah, Lucas injured straight away. I think he was favouring that shoulder and wanted to get off the field very, very quickly for the Ravens.
Don't know how much training Lucas Tumoana has been able to fit in lately. He's been one of the principal photographers for the Young Rock series, I believe. Wrapped recently. 4th down.
4th and 11, and we're setting up to go with it unless it's a Tom Brady short punt.
Sam Bull.
They're going to go for it.
Up, and he gets taken down. Joel Maddock going back to back.
Rather, CJ in the back corner for the Rhinos. On a straight go route, a little bit dejected there in the corner.
Yes, there's only so much when you're going to literally your 4th, 5th, 6th string quarterbacks. And they'll be 1st down at Ravens following that turnover on downs. It's quite the luxury when in the 4th quarter you can rotate to your backups, and your backup is Joel Maddock.
It's great to see him back in Australia after a nice little...
I did see Tangles McCarty in the back celebrating a very close relationship formed with them.
Absolutely.
When Joel Maddock moved up to senior football.
A lot of support, a lot of mentorship there.
First down and 10. Stegman throwing short still here in this fourth quarter. Braden Quinn now with a catch. And speaking about veterans, and to mention some here on the Rhinos side, Graham Spur still on the sideline, can't commit the time. He would like to still be part of the Rhinos here, but still one of their biggest supporters.
It's great to see too.
Saw Jack Hannum come up to the booth earlier.
Yeah, it's great that everyone's still around that can be. Braden Quinn there, that was a great route, just making it really look easy. What I like is he brings his hands up at the last second. Really nice job.
Stegman looking for Quinn again, getting Quinn again.
Incomplete there. You'll see on this next replay, if they show the replay, that's what I mean is, you want to, as a receiver or a tight end, you want to run your route running it. You don't want to have your hands out. So basically Quinn here, he'll get his hands up to catch the ball at the last possible second. It's almost like a quick grab out of the air. Really nice job.
More coverage on the play there. Will Saxby forcing the incompletion. Quinn couldn't look that pass all the way in. Nice coverage from Will Saxby.
Trips to the wide side.
Late push-up, press coverage shown here from the Brisbane Rhinos. Will they go short to Farrar? No!
Oh.
Short and almost intercepted there by Cowles. Sam James on the reception.
Sorry, Kenny, that's exactly what I was awing about. Yes, it was almost picked. Really nice job by the Rhinos DB there.
Sam James
reading the route.
A bit hobbled on that last play. Returns to the huddle though.
You can see it was set up because the offensive lineman went out for the screen.
Third down and 5.5. And 5.5 minutes also remaining in this game. Lockie Amore here in the left slot, covered there by Bull. Free play here for Stegman. Stegman aiming for the end zone, looking for James. James with a miraculous touchdown. They're mocking him short of the line. Two hands initially, then he brought it down. Nevertheless, what an acrobatic catch there from Sam James.
And it's a game of inches. I mean, look at this throw. It's just over the height of the defender. Just over the height of the defender. Great throw.
I'm wondering if Jason Leon might choose to challenge this one.
Oh, you can see I think he's caught it outside the pylon. So the feet are inbound, but the way the receiver was twisting is he's taken it outside the pylon.
Oh, Andrew Cavalier. Cal Louise coming to make an announcement.
The results of the play was a completion down 2 yards short of the goal line. We also have offsides. Defense number 43.
Yeah, we have offside on the
that
D.
penalty is declined. It will be first down.
First down. Being short of the end zone stance. First and goal now here from the Bayside Ravens, less than a yard away. Tank Sinapati! Tank Sinapati is on the touchdown scoring sheet, ladies and gentlemen.
Flags ahoy!
The flag's coming out pretty late.
Kenny, the touchdown will stand. It'll be after the play. It'll be unsportsmanlike on somebody.
And we've got a Rhino down in the end zone as well.
Good reaction from the Ravens crowd in the back scoreboard corner.
Oh, and he was on for half a second. And now a holding penalty will take that touchdown away.
A little bit chippy there. Let's watch here, one of the Rhinos players, not very happy. Then number 43.
Well, the touchdown is taken off the board. They found a hold there. Score remains 45-7.
I think the only way they can get back Kenny is fake the run to centre party and then throw it to him.
Yeah.
Can I make a shout out? I'm getting tired told by the boys that they can hear me down there on the live stream regardless.
Yes, that's true. We told Townsville to be quiet. Apparently, Townsville can be heard all the way from East Rugby Park, and that's a secret decoded message.
Indeed it is. For those watching at home, yes, Kyle Reynolds, you can be heard on stream. Go back to your chair, please.
Well, I said, Kenny, it is actually, it doesn't matter how loud, it's so good to see so many of the new, old, regulars, etc., that we haven't seen for a while. Season of 2021. Let's hope things get back to normal, or I should say what it was before 2019, 2020.
Touch wood.
I mean that for around Australia as well.
Absolutely. Having people close to me in Victoria. We also know we have our coaching colleagues, Brian Callaway there, and Craig Wilson, and an assortment of the Gridiron Victoria community there.
Over in WA, we've got some great stuff with Michael Kerr and the Gridiron Australia Pathways program. That's very, very exciting, coming out later, earlier next year, I should say. Some really good opportunities. And we've also got the Women's World Cup that was announced recently for GA.
In Finland.
Heading across to Finland around the July-August time frame. I've seen a couple of lady players tonight that are very excited about that.
We still haven't been able to make out which Rhinos players down. I see Jana Roop out there, the team secretary, as well as long-time serving medical staff here for the Brisbane Rhinos. And the Rhinos are coming to their sideline now. This game looks like it could be for another extended break. It is unfortunately a bit of injury to insult.
It's a physical match, Kenny. It is a physical match.
They are coming up now. It is Will Saxby.
Ah, Will Saxby.
It looks like he's capable of walking off here, which is great news. He's a great young man, contributed for this club, obviously started in the Logan City program. He's done wonderful things. We talked about the youth showcase this morning. He's been one of the players who kept Pop down and officiated for the youth program on Sundays there, and football already takes so much of your weekend to then go ahead and contribute the day after as well.
Absolutely.
Speaks to his character and what he's willing to give for the game and his club.
Driven individuals, Kenny, make this sport.
Brother Tom is in a similar sort of fashion. Unfortunately injured for all of season 2021. Has a wonderful hat collection, though, I will say that. If you could put him and Vinny Tupy in a hat wearing contest. Who else there? You'd have
Coach Vinny down
Coach
the sideline.
Wolf down in New South Wales.
That's right, yes. Shout out to Wolfie.
Loves the hat. Milos Vissel.
It was good to see Vinny on the sideline with the dreads and the cowboy hat.
Wasn't it just?
I think Wolfie and myself have convinced him to get a cowboy hat. Little trend.
And, look how quickly the Ravens are getting to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Rhinos respond with the same urgency. Stegman, quick
Full
snap.
start again.
No flags I can see. Short pass, Sam James. Marked
Short.
and in short again.
Bring the tank back out! Give us the tank!
Van Blomson can't believe it. Neither can Sam James.
Tank!
Full start there. Sorry, not full start. Offsides defence. He's short. Knee was down. Knee was down.
Everyone has got their eyes on number 77. The whole Sinner party plan, I think, is lurking around East Rugby Union here this evening. They would love to see.
Listen, Kenny, I'd love to see the fake and throw it to him. Show the hands. Show the skills.
What about the old fridge jump pass?
Yeah, that's a great call.
Everyone here in the ground know exactly what's happening. Sinner party! Sinner party! They can't take that one off him. He is officially in Sunbowl law, and the tempers are flaring as one would expect. here. Obviously, for the Rhinos camp, they feel that is a move of disrespect.
Nice job there from number 6 Rhinos, helping the players, helping the Ravens up. Good sportsmanship.
I know, I've already been accused.
I thought for a second we might have seen another streaker for a second, not the case.
And good.
I'll take the PAT, so how about that? A touchdown for the Cinnapati clan. One taken away from
really
them.
nice job.
Honestly, some really impressive goal line back form.
Yeah. Andrew Davis, really nice job. Ravens, number 66. Great job from the offensive guard. Just washing down, making a lovely alleyway for Tank.
Less than 4 minutes.
Fan club here, Kenny.
Quite the fan club indeed. Kickoff about to get set. Now, some acknowledgements I want to run through here at the back end of this kick here in Hollywood.
Go for it, Kenny.
But Quimby is back here. High kickoff in front of Chaim James, out of bounds. As that penalty is assessed. As we mentioned earlier, Hollywood, for the first time almost this decade, no Paul Mills running the show here. He's left it to his second in charge, his lead senior director there, Samantha Mitterrocker, who's been absolutely outstanding today, have had so much things thrown in on her plate late here, and has done a wonderful job leading the charge here for LSB. Australia has had countless problems thrown at her all day, from myself included, and has only come up with answers.
I don't know, you're telling us she was cool. I saw her get really angry at you before.
Listen,
you said something before.
I tend to have that effect, so I kind of lose that that distinction between faces. But she's been an absolute superstar, along with all the crew here today, making the Sunbowl wonderful. Sam, Nick, Max, Aiden, all of our camera crew here today, rotating through the cameras and as well as making replays for us. I've done a wonderful job here in the absence of Paul Mills, their fearless leader, to bring you the Sunbowl 37 coverage here, December 11th, 2021, a pass incomplete.
It's a big day and a big production, and a lot of people need to make it work. I mean, I think it just goes to show with the crew and with Paul Mills' crew is if you want quality, you've got to invest in quality. You can't just have a one camera and a mobile phone connection sort of thing that, unfortunately some of the leagues can't or won't invest in it. I think having good game film, having it broadcast, and then having game film for either players or the coaches or the teams to use, that's the goal, is that they can watch back and learn from it and improve, and possibly be used as a scouting tool.
Indeed, a lot of players getting opportunities through film and live streams. Toshak's back in the game. I have to admire the young man's toughness. Clearly playing hobbled out there, trying his absolute best.
Nice job. It's going to be holding there. Stayed in there as long as he could. Quite a few 100 kilo bearing down on him from the other side. Smart move, threw it away.
Holding. Number 58 of the offense. That penalty is declined. Brings up third down.
Wide. Take it to third down.
Just ticking over to the 2 minutes 59-7, the score here for the Bayside Ravens. For the Rhinos, there should be some sympathy here from the Bayside Ravens. They were on the end of a score ledger like this earlier in the decade. They know exactly how it feels. Wood now in the carry.
Oh, Cole, you might hear the yelling and sign down here. Young Cole Reynolds has gotten a wheelie bin to pick up the cans, and the crowd have just thrown about 50 cans at him
I don't want to endorse the behaviour because ultimately it's very antisocial, but it is Cole Reynolds.
It is, but it does show good recycling.
And to be fair, the accuracy wasn't bad. Kate Bennett's now there. GQ Secretary laying down the law.
He's getting a talking to.
Now being sent for 10. Another break and play here for the 2-minute warning.
Paul Mills and Gridiron Australia and Gridiron Qld do not endorse any can throwing.
They do not. I was ironically just told to make an announcement for everyone to pick up their rubbish and throw their rubbish away at post-game. I don't quite think it was imagined to be quite like that.
I think, Kenny, we've got the scoreboard at 52, but our screen says 59.
I'm going to hazard a guess the scoreboard runners over there might have checked out. I'm going to back Tim Redshaw here in the officials' booth here, as well as Andrew Stock, to be keeping an accurate score.
And as we said before, Kenny, nice job of the referees. It's been a long day for them as well. Some have considerably gotten darker in the time I've been here.
Yep, fair bit of sun. I certainly hope they had enough sunscreen ready.
Nigel, Matt Steele's tan line's impressive.
Late adjustment here. And here goes Max Williams at quarterback here. The Rhinos trying everything. What a hurdle at the end of that play. They are still trying here, the Brisbane Rhinos. And that play going over the sideline just continues to just tease the idea of a bit of a fallout here.
Little thing happening on the other sideline. Getting into it on the far sideline.
Cheyenne James up there drawing with a few Ravens there. Cheyenne James, one of the proudest Rhinos there is. Obviously taking a lot of pride in the jersey and the logo.
Referees having a chat. Flags down. The referee coming out for a bit of an explanation. We'll try and lip read.
It was a run short of the line to gain, resulting in a turnover by downs. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Ravens bench. 15-yard penalty will be first down.
Sorry, did we just finally get the referee's PA system working?
We've got a minute to 40 go, and we got audio for the referee for the first time today.
No, first time this game, thank you.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it happened. Miracles, dude. It's a Christmas miracle.
It had to happen eventually. We will put it down to technology. I'm trust. Andrew was a very, very intelligent man. I'm sure he pressed the on button.
It sounded like it was a Kmart price check. Price check off.
With 1 minute 40 remaining, Fleming takes another carry. A big strong hit at the end there by Elias Akailahi.
Ravens just be happy to run this. Nice little counter again.
Hang on. Hold the phone. Look who's at quarterback. Liam Lips Reeves will get a drive at quarterback here in Sunbowl 37. We've got an injury timeout here to one of the down linemen. I think that is Kailahi down on his haunches. He'll get looked after here.
It's been a while, okay. I forgot to bring my binoculars.
Indeed. Yes, unfortunately, the injury toll is starting to pile up here for the Brisbane Rhinos, which is one of the most unfortunate parts of tonight. Flipping over to Liam Lips Reeves, taking over at quarterback. Came back to the Ravens on the agreement that he would take up some sort of backup role at quarterback. Had every intention to learn under Jared Stegman.
We better do it quickly because Steggers is going.
Indeed, and in his junior days was thrown in at quarterback with less than an hour's notice in a game in Toowoomba, ended up running in 4 touchdowns and winning the game comfortably.
And that's what you love about that is expect the unexpected. That's why often you see professional teams lose against unprofessional teams because they're not running the actual script they're supposed to be.
Second down now. What will they allow Liam Reeves to do?
I thought that hand clapping was a bit
snap,
different.
Reverse pivot.
Oh!
Ball in the air. Can the Rhinos get on it? The Rhinos, with 53 seconds left in this game, will get an opportunity for a bit of joy here before full time.
You get the handoff. He got it. The running back got it. Looks like he's just tried to switch hands.
You can see him frustrated with himself there, young Tyler Fleming, in his rookie season. Call it a learning experience.
Yeah, not one you want in a Sunbowl, but it's okay.
So Rhinos presumably with the last possession of Sunbowl 37 in
Signal
decent
coming.
field positioning.
Sorry, Kenny. Signal coming up here from the referee. Just waiting for the ref call.
During the play, personal foul with targeting, number 81 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. That player is ejected.
'81 on the defense. And
He didn't do anything anyway!
getting ejected there is Josh Hogan, one of the rotational DBs. Strike to the head, I believe, was the call, or some sort of unsportsmanlike has led to
Here's
his
the replay.
ejection. If he did,
Yeah, 81's nowhere on the replay there.
I don't see what happened there.
It was targeting, but it was called targeting.
Yeah, being calmed down by teammate Adam Cole. Let's see if we can get it on this point here. And
I'm looking for where he is.
I can't see. He's not involved in that play there, I don't think. So it's probably happened off ball.
In relation to targeting, is under review.
And they're going to review it. And I'm not going to lie. I think I might agree with some of the crowd here when this game feels like it's being extended probably beyond its needs.
I think in the end of the second quarter and the end of the fourth quarter, it's been extended.
They're already dead!
Looking for it there.
Ryan Glasson is out there having a chat with Nigel Law from the officiating team, trying to seek some sort of clarification, I would have to assume. I think both teams here for a bit of professionalism to see this game out.
We're good.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
So,
I think I heard
Cavalier
stands.
says the ejection call stands. First down or... Well, he said first down Ravens, which means that the penalty had to happen before the turnover.
Right. We didn't get that. Somebody saw it. One of the referees saw it.
In any case, this is becoming quite the mess here in the final 40 seconds.
If I may, Kenny, a little bit of humour here. It's almost the same as with the timing. I think the joke is when the missus says she'll be ready in 5 minutes, it's the equivalent of a GQ game with 2 minutes to go and all timeouts in a Ravens-Rhinos Sunbowl game.
I think the final 2 minutes of both halves, as you alluded to earlier, has been longer than some of the Gridiron Queensland games in regulation that I've called.
The Rhinos crowd here, still got the Ravens crowd here.
The clock is running here. I expect a knee. They've sent Jared Stegman back on the field. They have taken knees from this formation before. And he's trying to keep his yardage up.
Moving forward. Watch the referee, watch for the ball.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. It took us a while, but full time here in Sunbowl 37. The Ravens have done it. They've done the three-peat. It is now complete. your winners with a score of 59-7, the Bayside Ravens, your 2021 Men's Division Sunbowl champions.
Not only Kenny, not only shout out to the Ravens and shout out to the Rhinos, but a shout out to yourself, mate. What a huge day you've had calling the games. A true sportsman and a lover of sports. Really well done, Kenny. Great job of keeping the live stream and your knowledge also of the game. So congrats to you. Congratulations to the assistant commentators you had. But Kenny, an absolute standout performance of you again today, mate. You get an MVP.
I appreciate that, mate. Not to rush you out the door here, but I figure we've got two teams very willing to get out of here. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in at any point of the day, from the start for our youth showcase all the way to now here for Sunbowl 37. I appreciate your company. We hope to have it again in 2021. And our going thanks to everyone here for LSB Australia. Thanks for all the volunteers today here. And thank you to you, Coach Hollywood, for making a return to the booth.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed football.
Stand by the post-game presentation to come to see us out here for Sunbowl 37.
Testing 1 2 1.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one last presentation to see us out here on Sunbowl 37. They've done it. They had a mission. They had a three-peat on their mind, and they've came and conquered.
The champions in 2021 of the men's division, the Bayside Ravens. A few formalities to get out of the way. Just quickly, to accept the minor premiership for the regular season, I'll quickly bring up Coach Jason Leon to accept the minor premiership on behalf of the Bayside Ravens. In his first year at head coach, Jason Leon won the minor premiership from one first year head coach to another. Could I please call up Brisbane Rhinos head coach Sam Harkness for a few words? Coach, I know this isn't what you imagined, and it was probably a tough loss, and I know those guys over there can definitely sympathise with being the other end of that scoreboard, but you told me in our chats during the week that you're going to be genuinely sad to have training over. You have no idea what you guys are going to do next Monday when there's no training. You've really developed such a solid bond with some of these guys.
Yeah, we've been training a long time, and we've put a lot of work in, and just even like after training, the hangouts, it's been good, so I've got a lot of time for these guys, and we'll always have them.
Coach, you've obviously got big aspirations for your coaching career, but you've got a very young team here. You've got a receiving core with the average age of, 20? Exciting stuff coming from the Brisbane Rhinos?
Yeah, a lot of young guys, and if they all come back, they'll be back bigger and better next year.
Coach Sam Harkness, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll use the opportunity to bring the now winning player and head coach, Jason Leon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a chat first before we award it to him. Jace, mate, we've spoken a lot through your career, and especially a lot more as you became a head coach. You said to me that you weren't nervous, or you weren't worried, but you were nervous. The job done.
Job's done, Kenzo. It's just a nice relief to have that happen. Hey, full credit to the Rhinos. You guys gave us headaches the whole 2 weeks before. We were scouting all sorts of tricky stuff that you guys had thrown in through the years, so thank you very much. And hey, like they mentioned, young team, heads up, you guys keep coming back, you keep building. And look, that's what we did a couple of years ago. We suffered defeats, we kept coming back, and now we are where we are. So if you guys can have that retention, you're going to be scary in a couple of years, guys. Full credit to you.
Jason, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, you strapped on at the Bayside Ravens for the first time as a young cornerback, and now you're a head coach. How does it feel as a player and now a head coach?
Look, Kenny, it's something you sort of don't prepare for, and it's something I can't do without a hell of a lot of support from the guys. First of all, our board, Vinnie Mac, hey, thank you very much, guys. Also, my offensive and defensive, my O&D coordinators, my O&D coordinators, Jared Stegman and Peter Brewer. Without them, honestly, this job would be a nightmare. So full credit goes to them, full credit goes to my player coaches, and full credit goes to the senior leadership as well. And on top of that, the support that we got throughout the season, the women's team, hey, and all the partners, thank you for allowing your husbands to be here and the families. You can have them back next week. But when preseason starts, we'd like him back. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Sunbowl winning head coach, Jason Leon. All right, I will give the opportunity here. I would like to call up Ryan Glasson to have a quick chat here, just to represent the Rhinos one last time. Hey, mate. Ryan, I've known you a long time, and I know these never get easy. And you've been in a lot of these situations. But again, when we spoke a little earlier at one of your training sessions, you felt you had a different vibe from this team. You were excited about what's to come. Obviously not an easy situation tonight, but you're still back in another championship.
Yeah, definitely. Like the Ravens are a quality outfit, obviously. Like it was always going to be tough in this game. We've had such a young team. They've really impressed me throughout the year. It's weird being 27 and being like the veteran on the team. Like one of the oldest guys in the league, in the team. And we'll be back better and faster still younger somehow. Everyone's just youngness coming out of the wazoo. All right, we're trying. Yeah, I'm fumbling for words here. I've never done one of these before, and this hurts. This hurts, boys. This really hurts, and it's all credit to the Ravens. Absolute quality outfit. You guys were the best all year, and we just tried our best. Yeah, not enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause, Ryan Glasson. Few more still to go here. A class act there from Ryan Glasson. Can I call up the Canadian Moose, Peter Brewer? Congratulations. Went off with a bit of an injury towards the back end there, but this defense, this team is something you've been working on well into your preseason, came to fruition with another big season, another championship here in Birdtown.
Yeah, all the credit to the guys. We had about a 14-month preseason, I think, with all the lockdowns, so it was an incredible effort from the entire team, all the supporters, the board, the ladies that have been there. They're still training with us, still putting the work in. It's been incredible. It's been a long, long season. We're going to enjoy the break, but hey, we earned it.
Between all this changes happening at Brisbane Rhinos and also with the weather, you guys really had a tough ask. How hard was it to prepare for this Sunbowl here with all the challenges with the weather and whatnot?
I think we only got one training session in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks because we got rained out. So we were hiring out basketball courts to do walkthroughs. We were doing Zoom sessions, sport psych sessions, anything we could to prepare. Luckily, we were a bit broken near the end of the season, so we needed a bit of a break. But no, it all worked out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, linebacker Peter Brewer. All right, two final things to go here before we see out the celebrations here in Sunbowl 37. We have an MVP to award, and I know this has been a contentious point here in Birdtown. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 MVP, quarterback number 10, Jared Stegman. Jared, you played close to a perfect game a couple of years ago. You equaled that tonight. Just the one blemish, but otherwise an amazing performance through the air. If there was GQ awards here, you certainly would have been a finalist, if not the winner for MVP. You're off to Turkey next year. How does it feel to cap it out with another win here in Birdtown?
Mate, it feels great. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all the supporters who came out. Big round of applause. Thank you so much. Big thank you for the Rhinos. You guys played a hell of a game, and all season you've been so tough. Your future is bright. Big clap. Thanks, boys. And to the Ravens, this is a brotherhood. I'm so happy in 2019 came back from Japan and chose the Ravens, and we know the rest is history, okay? Here's to 5 or 6 more, okay? Hell yeah.
Your MVP for 2021, Jared Stegman.
Thanks, Kenny.
All right, without further ado, I won't hold it back any furthermore. Can I please get the captains of the Bayside Ravens to get ready to lift this trophy in victory? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the 3rd year in a row, your 2021 men's champions, the Bayside Ravens. Ladies and gentlemen, that finishes the formalities here for Sunbowl 37. Commiserations to the Brisbane Rhinos class act. Congratulations to the Bayside Ravens and all the Sunbowl victors here in Sunbowl 37. Please collect your rubbish on your way out and get home safely. Thank you for being a part of Sunbowl Saturday 2021.